Okay, I think we are live.
Yep, we are live.
Sweet. What's up?
All right, cool. We are live. Okay, cool. 6 a.m. You confirmed it, right?
Huh?
It looks like we're live. I think the notification post.
Yeah, we are live. I'm on the YouTube right now. We are live.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's start the podcast, guys. So this week, I didn't really do well. First off, guys, welcome to the podcast. This is going to be my second hosting it, and I'm actually proud to have like these two guests. I have 6Sam, who you're gonna see quite often. Actually, he's gonna be one of my go-to guys that we're gonna be doing like podcasts like weekly and stuff. So he's gonna be my go-to guys. He's a guy that I've known for a while, and he's he knows a little bit decent about Pokemon and stuff. And then I got Amaterasu, who's a guest I thought about like since last week. Him and me go way back. We got into our friendship because of Pokemon and stuff like that, and I thought he was like the best guy to bring in to talk about this great topic that we're going to talk about today.
So, well, thanks, Tom.
You very welcome, man. And this is probably his like first podcast too, and I look forward to see how he does. But in my streams, he's been around. You know, he came in my Smash streams and what do you call it, Twitch and stuff. So he's been around. So nice to have you guys. Oh, hey Gilly, what's up, man?
Thanks for having.
Yo, Gilly, the next stream for Multiverse is gonna be next week. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Especially after yesterday.
Not gonna lie, dude, pretty tired.
Yeah, I can tell. That I just woke you up from bed and I was like, come on, man.
Dude, you're good. You're good. I just kidding.
Anyways,
Saturday.
Anyway, so guys, like last week we had like in our podcast, which was the which day of next. Hold on, before I get into like what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna answer Gilly's question real quick. So next week is gonna be most likely Wednesday, bro. I'm probably gonna do Wednesday or Thursday. It really depends. This week I just didn't do it because I just wasn't feeling the game. And also Gilly, if you have like if you have like Discord or something, I actually have a Discord server that you can join, and then over there, like I usually I usually give updates on what I do. I will be in the future giving more updates on, Twitter and stuff.
Jack, you probably should have put like a link in that.
What's up?
Probably you got your Twitch link, you got your Twitter link, no Discord link.
Oh yeah, not a Discord link. That's crazy. Just give me your Discord name or whatever. Or you know what? I can just send you my Discord. Why not? I'll send you my Discord right now. You like my server. You can just join that, and I'll let you know. You'll know more about my schedule. This week I just felt like kind of tired. I didn't want to like do the multiverse stream. I wasn't feeling it. There you go. So that's my Discord link. I mean, I don't know when it expires, but that's my Discord link. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, like I said, this week I didn't do any of the podcasts. I mean, any of my streams and stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the Pokemon games. So last week's podcast was basically all about
the new Pokemon.
The new Pokemon, exactly. It was all about the new Pokemon. So this week, we didn't get the starter revolutions. Like in the last one I was talking about, like I want to start a revolution. We didn't get starter revolutions. However, we won't talk about it on this stream, but the leakers showed us everything. So like it's kind of sad that the Pokemon company or Game Freak didn't show us the important stuff that we need to know, because if you look at Cerebi and stuff like that, the website or their own main official place, you don't see a lot of Pokemon. So what are you guys' thoughts about that?
Really,
You
they
want-
should.
You want to talk
You go
about
first, Amarasu.
Yeah, Amaterasu. Yeah, what's your thoughts about that?
which one? The new Pokemon?
No. So like I'm talking about like the amount of information that we got so far from the Pokemon Company or Game Freak. Like, what are your thoughts about that? Do you think by now we should have got the starter evolutions or any other information? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes and no. I think they should have given us more information about Scarlet and Violet as a whole, so we could have better luck choosing which game we wanted. For the evolutions, I think that would have been really fun. But also, I kind of like the surprise because you're not going to know which one you choose. Because if you know the final evolutions, you're going to be a little biased going in, especially the stats. Because once I looked at the stats, I really wanted to change my choice from which starter I was choosing. But I kind of like the mystery that they left us hanging with. But as leakers had, once you see the final evolutions, you can't resist. You're like, I want to see what they look like. And let me tell you, you're going to be in for a surprise, people.
Yeah, you definitely will be.
Yeah, what about your thoughts, 6M? What do you think about that?
Well, I think for one, they probably should have at least shown the mid stages by now. Even if they didn't do the final forms, at least let us see the mid stages and let our imagination go wild. They would look at that end. At least give us that mid stage, but they really are lacking information. I mean, by now, we're 1 week away. By now, if this was like any other series, we would have the final evolutions and most of the Pokemon revealed.
Right.
Here we got more leakers revealing more stuff than the Pokemon game at this point. It's like,
I agree. They should have also showed us the signature moves by now.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see those.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to what Amaterasu said about like the like them showing us the starter evolutions and stuff like that, and making it hard for people to pick. I mean, making it easy for people to pick the starters they want. Basically, because right now it's a mystery and people don't really know what they evolve into and how they look and stuff like that. So the thing I want to say about that is that I don't think everyone just goes for like the competitive Pokemon. I think there are casuals out there who will just go for the look and may pick the starters based on like how they look and stuff like that. Because I can tell you for sure that there are times where I know there's a better competitive Pokemon, like for example in the last generation, Dracovish, right? Like I knew that this guy was a pretty broken Pokemon. I just found it ugly and stuff, so I didn't want to use it. So like there are times where I pick and choose Pokemon based on looks. I just don't go off of like stats and stuff like that. And this is coming from somebody who enjoys the battling aspect of the game and not necessarily just the whole grinding aspect of it. So I do think that I think it can go both ways in a sense. When they give us more information about like the what do you call it, the exclusives and stuff like that, and why should I pick this version or why should I pick that version? I think nowadays it's more important to know that stuff because of how much the game itself costs. It costs like I think each game costs like $60. So
right.
Nowadays I think it's more important to know about that. So any thoughts about that, guys?
And if you don't have any friends or you're not in any Discord servers or have any like even buddies in a Discord server that can trade you everything, you're screwed.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
it's not like
definitely screwed.
Pokemon from home over because these are new Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of the old ones, yeah, you're more than welcome to, but the new ones, yeah, you're kind of screwed. And then you can't do the post game because, well, I guess you can, but you know what I mean. Like for BSP, in order to do Ramus Park and all that kind of stuff, you needed the national decks.
That's very true. But yeah, like when it comes to the new Pokemon that are revealed this week, I mean, when it comes to the news, 6M, do you want to fill us in the news that we got this week for the new Pokemon?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a small trailer. The song was by I'm gonna definitely move for his name, Ellen Sheedon or something like that. He made the song like 3 months ago. It was posted on the official Pokemon channel too back then. Nice little anime short where the guy walking in real life is like a dream. The Pokemon was like imaginary friends. Take you back to your drive road. So good song that went with the whole trailer. But really, there was only 2 big parts in that whole trailer. They showed 2 Giraffes. One that looked more like a robotic, and the tusk looked like a wheel almost. And one that was like more spiky, like he was a mammoth.
Right. They basically showed us like the paradox Pokemon, right? Like we got the Donphan looking Pokemon.
What are their typings? Do we know?
Yes. It slipped my mind right now. They're both ground types. How about that? I think one's ground steel, the other's ground fighting, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. One is ground steel, one is ground fighting.
Oh, ground steel is gonna be such a good typing. I mean, not that ground fighting isn't, but
no, I like both. You know what? Ground steel is awesome, I think, but I'm a bigger fan of the ground fighting for sure. I love fighting Pokemon, so don't blame me. But yeah. So basically, they only showed us the paradox, right? In this new trailer. Like, what else did they show us new? You feel?
I mean, not much. I mean, other than revealing that we have the Paradox Pokemon, and that they're going to be version exclusive.
Yeah.
Like the Steel one is, because it's the robotic one, is going to be in Violet. The other one's going to be in Scarlet.
Right. So
did they reveal? I'm trying to debate between the what was leaked and what wasn't. Did they reveal the stats on those? Was that officially revealed, or was that just a leak?
No, I don't think. No, it was a leak. The stats were leaked.
That was the leak.
Yeah, but I know. I think I really do like the paradox thing they're doing. Like this time around, like the paradox Pokemon are essentially Pokemon that kind of look like the Pokemon that we know about, but they're more like legendaries, right? Isn't that it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They revealed their names. Iron Tusk and what was the other one? Big Tusk.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, they were stupid names.
Yeah,
not really.
Their names are interesting. I'll say that though. Like they kind of sound. They don't sound Pokemon to me.
Yeah, they don't sound like a Pokemon. They're just not more. They sound more like a title.
Yes, exactly. That's what they sound like. So what? So about the trailer, Matarasu, what did you think about that?
It's okay. I'm not excited that our trainer looks 10 years old. But other than that, I love the new gameplay that we're gonna be able to play with friends. I love the new training mechanisms. The breeding I could kind of see being okay, but I'm kind of sad they're getting rid of the daycare. I mean, that was the point of the daycare, 3 days, but now there's, I guess, no point to that. But I am glad that they're gonna put some overworld Pokemon and surprise counters like they did in Sword and Shield, and they're gonna appear shiny. It's gonna be so helpful.
Right. Right. So about the trainer being 10, aren't you happy that we're getting some anti-aging cream or something? I mean, we can get to be a youngster. I mean, come on.
We can be younger than we already are.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man.
I think we all know most of those Pokemon fans are over 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, like even though they are 10, like even the Sword Shield person, he's what, 10? He looks like he's at least 15. You know what I mean? Makes me feel a little bit better.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say all the other trainers is like we might be 10, but we look at least 15, 16,
18 even. We look like
well,
you know what I mean? These definitely make me feel like I'm in like the 8, 9, 10 range for sure though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll say from what I see, right? I think like the older generation that started with the Pokemon games, and we are still gonna probably play this game even when we're 40 or something, or close to 50. I'm pretty sure about that. But like, I think we're like in the, I think we're in like the 30s right now. I think the older generation that started watching this, they're in the 30s and end of 20s. So that's what I think. I mean, you guys are like you guys are like the youngsters, and I don't know where you guys came from, but enough about that. I think that's all we got for the games, right?
Yep.
I mean, without spoiling anything explicitly, yeah, that's all we can do.
Yeah, but you better keep your mouth shut about that spoilers. Anyways,
they're new Pokemon.
No, shut up. No, we're not supposed to say it.
I'm good. I'm messing with you guys.
My job. All right, I'm done. Anyways, moving on. So,
did we get news about the new Citadel Legendary? When I was looking,
that was not official reveal. That was a leak.
Mm-hmm.
That was leaked. That
Okay, so yeah, I heard it's typing, but I didn't see it when they leaked the Pokédex too. So I was like,
yeah, it's if you check that server in the Pokemon section, you can find it.
Sure, I'll check it out. Thank you.
Yeah. But when it comes to that stuff, yeah, we're not. The thing is like I'm just gonna say again though, like it just feels weird that the game is gonna come out like what? It's gonna come out
next week.
Next week Friday, right? It's not even a week away.
Yeah.
It's not even a week away. It's like 6 days away from now, right?
6 days, and we barely have any info.
We barely have any info. Exactly. We barely have any info. It's 6 days away. We barely have any info. So I just feel like it's weird like how we never got anything. I mean, do you guys think that because these are my final thoughts right now for the games. Do you guys think in the next week we're gonna get some sort of starter revolutions at least?
We have to get something.
Amaterasu said no.
Nah,
they need. Oh, sorry, Amaterasu, but they need to do something. They need something to build that last minute hype.
Well, okay. Well, what could it be then? What do you think they're gonna do?
I mean, they could show off more of the Paradox Pokemon. They could show off more of the multiplayer.
Right.
Maybe show off a few more new Pokemon that we haven't seen yet.
Right.
The new mechanic probably too.
Yeah, more of the new mechanic. More of the Team Star. More of the Titans. Maybe a couple more gym leaders. Something.
Is the world ending in the game? You know?
Yeah.
Seems like that.
No, I don't know. I think that what's gonna end pretty soon is people's interest in Pokemon. That's what I think. Because of like how long they make you wait and stuff for that stuff, you know, and the fact that you need like outside information just to figure out, hey, like what you need basically. And
I mean sorry, I just cut you off, but the reason these are all the leaks are coming out is because people always have their hands on the games and they're getting data mined because the Pokemon Company always sent the games out.
Right.
But they haven't shown any retrailer or any try to build up more hype.
Yeah.
Very lack of information. That's the reason why we're getting all these leaks more than the official information. Because they always sent the games out, but they're not putting out any information.
Yeah, I really don't remember a time where like they made us wait so long for a majority of the information. I don't think we even got. I think we got about like probably 10 reveals of Pokemon maybe or something. But that's like zero. That's not even like even half of the decks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm just saying guys, we love Pokemon here, right? We love Pokemon. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play these new games. We're hyped for it, all right? But it's just that I just feel like the lack of reveals for some of these Pokemon is kind of sad. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to playing the games. I mean, are you guys looking forward to playing the games? Well, and I think I asked this already to 6M. But Matarasu, what are you getting next week? Like, I mean, which one did you pick?
Version?
Scarlet or Violet?
I picked Scarlet. I was use Violet, but my brother he wanted to get Violet, so I told him, "You get Violet, I'll get Scarlet."
Adamasio, I'm in the same boat, but I'm the one that picked Scarlet.
Wait, hold on. Amaterasu said Scarlet?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Scarlet because my brother he plays with me.
Okay.
And I figured I let him have the first choice. I would have gone Violet, but since he wanted to do Violet, I was like, well, I'll choose Scarlet. Plus the dragon fighting looks pretty sick, not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, it takes me back to that other dragon fighting that was pseudo legendary. In Alola.
Oh, Kamboja?
Yeah. That guy was a disappointment in my opinion. I
could have gave him a better ability too.
Yeah, but it looks like we are the Scarlet gang then, because I'm also Scarlet.
Yeah, I was gonna say all three of us.
All right, guys. I think that is enough about the games. We're gonna get into the Pokemon anime because
let's get into the main topic.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to the main topic now. We're gonna talk about the Pokemon anime. So so here's the thing. I would like to know you guys' opinions too, like both of you guys. Like, when did you guys like start watching the Pokemon anime?
Ooh.
When I was a kid, I started watching it around the Diamond and Pearl series because that's when I first started. Favorite games, Gen 4, loved it all the way. but I kind of stopped watching it for a while. I've only seen a few clips about the Masters 8, so I'm not familiar with it, but I kind of know the generalization of who won. And really the only two battles I was really interested in was just Leon versus Ash, so I watched that whole one, and then Cynthia versus Ash. But I don't remember the whole Cynthia battle, but I did watch it all. So I was pretty excited to watch Ash battle Cynthia. Steven, I really didn't care for to watch that one. I'm just like, once I saw Ash 1, I'm like, yeah, he has all steel types, of course. He's at a huge disadvantage. You know what I mean?
I got a quick question about Steven, though. Like, do you dislike Steven even in the games, or is it just anime?
He's okay. I don't dislike him by any means. I just meant, like, he's mono steel, for like a champion. Most of these champions, not other than Lance, and I think Diantha runs all fairy. No, she doesn't run all fairy types, does she? I don't remember.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I played X and Y. But
her team is pretty weak. Diantha has like the weakest team of all of them.
That's what I think too. I don't remember her being anything special, but like other than Lance, if you're a champion, you shouldn't be running a monotype team. You know what I mean? It's very easy to beat. I mean, you could run pretty much Infernape or something, and that would pretty much just wreck Steven's whole team for the most part, because they're all steel.
For half the part, because they're not all steel types. Most of them are, though.
Almado, I guess, is Bug or Rock. He runs him, right? And Kratos. I guess so. He's got a couple of rock types, but point being, for the most part, they're all the same general type or have the same weaknesses for the most part. So I just feel that, Steven would be a little bit easier to beat than like Cynthia or Leon, who's got a more balanced team. Although Leon he had way more viability. Let's say that he could have used way better Pokemon, but same with Ash.
Well, Ash, we will get into more of that like as we talk. So basically, I just wanted to know like about your experiences with the Pokemon anime. When did you start watching? And you said Diamond and Pearl, right?
Yep.
So did you like that whole season? I watched that season, by the way. It's in that season, Paul versus Ash is like one of my most favorite battles ever.
Oh yeah. Infernape all the way, dude. That was my first starter. I have a special place in my heart for it, and Dialga is my favorite Pokemon. So I love watching through it. I loved Platinum too. Diamond and Pearl, yeah, I could see why there's a lot of hate for it.
Is Infernape for you kind of like what Charizard is for some people?
Oh yeah. Like I said, Infernape was my first Pokemon. You gotta remember, most people are like, "Oh, Charizard was the first set I saw." No, Gen 4 was the first set I saw. So of course I'm gonna have a really biased opinion when it comes to Gen 4.
That's an interesting take. Go on.
That was the first 150 Pokemon I experienced.
Interesting. What about you?
I got all the good ones like Gliscor and Rhyperior and Electivire, so all the evolutions they should have had that they never got. You know what I mean? So that was pretty exciting to play through.
That's nice. What about you, 6M? When did you start watching Pokemon?
I started watching Pokemon when I was 2 years old.
What? Okay, go on.
Yeah, it was 22. I was 2 years old. I mean, 02. I was 2 years old. So I've been watching it for 20 years.
How do you remember Pokemon when you were 2?
I don't know. My oldest memory is I'm 2 years old. My brother was born.
Okay.
I was day after my brother was born. That's where my memory starts. I remember everything from that day onwards.
Right. So that was your first Poké-Egg experience. I got it.
Yeah.
So what was okay, you started when you were 2 years old, but I'm asking what season did you start watching?
That was with May. So that was
Hoenn.
Yeah.
So that was a Sceptile era.
Yeah, Sceptile era Blaziken.
Yeah, but Sceptile was the main ace of Ash.
Yeah.
In that one. Yo, Amaterasu, is everything good over there?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, because
your mic was going crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good. So that was the Sceptile era. Do you remember anything about that season?
Well, I guess remember the Viper versus Zangoose episode.
Yeah,
that's the biggest episode that stays in my mind with
They actually have a rivalry.
Yeah. I just remember the guy dressed up like the Zangoose.
Okay, let me look at it's gonna be interesting to look back at these teams as well. I mean, we can talk about the Master 8 as well, but we're gonna get into the Master 8. But it'll be interesting to see like the teams of these guys. I may show you guys like the teams itself. But let me find it.
I want to see their teams, movesets, IVs, all that kind of.
Bro. There's no IVs in anime.
Right. There's just the power of friendship.
Yeah. Power, exactly. That's what it is.
The most broken mechanic.
Power of friendship and plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor. Well, yeah, same thing.
All would be different. Power of friendship is what Ash has. Plot armor is what Leon has.
Oh yeah, that's true. Dude, I loved Hop in Sword and Shield. When I watched him in the anime, I'm like, this guy's annoying.
Yeah.
In the anime, Hop is not even that relevant. I think Hop could have been a great character in the anime.
He feels like he's the Go, like what Go is what I would have thought. Hop was.
I think he would. Yeah, I think he would have been an awesome guy. Okay, so guys, good news. I actually found the image of like the team that Ash had in Sinnoh, which is the one that Mr. Things.
Oh,
yeah.
Torterra, Staraptor, Pikachu, Infernape.
All right.
Little and Weasel.
Weasel. All right.
Weasel sucks.
Weasel. Yeah, we got Weasel. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna Sinnoh team. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna put this team up in a few. But then I also want to look at the Hoenn team.
Oh, he had I don't know. Sceptile was by far his best Pokemon.
I was gonna say Sceptile. Did you have Heracross at that time? Yeah, I think he still got his Heracross
too. I think he had Glalie, Sceptile. I don't know. I just watched the Pokemon anime.
Sceptile, Pikachu.
No, guys, you don't need to guess. You're gonna see it on the screen pretty soon.
Pharaoh.
Guys, you chill out.
We're having fun, dude. Ash's best team. That would have been interesting to see. It would have been easily Greninja would have been on there instantly.
Greninja, Charizard, Pikachu.
And well, I'm trying to think. Infernape, does he need another fire type?
No, he'll probably Snorlax and Sceptile.
Snorlax, Sceptile. Yeah, I could see that. What else?
Snorlax has one of his highest win rates. Sceptile's last one of his highest. Ninja and Charizard, two are strongest.
He probably would have had Dragonite for sure, because Dragonite's a beefy boy. Yeah. Or he would have had Lucario. Let's take that out. Well, he would have put he would have had Lucario no matter what.
Yeah, he probably would have had Lucario no matter what, unless they decided like to give a Mega Stone to like Charizard or something.
Yeah, but competitively speaking, obviously Charizard would have been swapped for Incineroar, because Incineroar is amazing in doubles.
Yeah, but he never evolved that all the way, so you can't count that.
True.
Okay.
I don't know. He had good choices.
Okay, so this should be the Hoenn team that you guys see on the screen. That's the Hoenn team.
Where did you put it? Are you screen sharing?
Are you on my podcast? YouTube?
I got it.
No, let me hop on.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the Hoenn team on the left, and then I'm gonna put the other team on the right.
I forgot Corphish and Torkoal.
Yeah, he had his Apom.
And then
Apom.
Yeah, what's up? And then when I get this done, we can talk about the teams and stuff and go in more in depth and stuff. Because it's interesting to look back though, like at the sort of teams that Ash had, and then compare it to like what we have now.
Well, we're also comparing how many Pokemon did Ash used to catch versus now, where he barely catches a full team.
Are you really going to talk about that?
I mean, dude. I mean, we all know it's honest. I mean, just look at like the original anime. How many Tauruses does he have? Dude,
he has a whole team, bro. Like,
he has like 3 teams of Tauros alone, bro.
I actually love I love Tauros as a Pokemon because he just looks awesome. I mean, he's a basic ball, but still.
By the way, I don't see the Sinnoh team you were talking about.
Yeah, he didn't put that up.
No, the Sinnoh team. I'm gonna put that up soon. I got the Hoenn one.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, you just bear with me, guys. But in the meantime, you guys can talk. You can start talking about the new team. This one. Go ahead. You can name this one. What's up?
I posted the movesets, and I am totally gonna rip Ash a new one.
Oh, help!
Go for it.
Help! Ash.
But here we go. So let's talk about his Draco fish.
Wait.
He runs.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go on the new one right now. We're gonna talk about the one on the screen.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're going ahead of the curve, brother.
Okay, so you're
Be
talking
more
about
clear. Direction's not clear.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because we started talking about his old teams.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna, because like, okay, we were talking about like how you guys started your Pokemon stuff, right? So one of you guys started from Hoenn, the other guy started from Sinnoh. So we're gonna talk about the Sinnoh. We're gonna talk about the Hoenn team. Then we're gonna talk about the Sinnoh team. So right now people see the Sinnoh team.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with that. No, the Hoenn team. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the Hoenn team. Now.
Yeah, right now we see the Hoenn team.
Corphish is not a great Pokemon to run. Crawdon's great, but Corphish, it needs that evolution to get. It's what's its ability? I forget. It has an amazing ability with its water dark. It's pretty slow, but I remember, I think it's either it moves second or first or something. It does double damage or something ridiculously awesome. Torkoal can be pretty great, honestly. You could set Stealth Rocks, Yawn, Eruption. You got Sun instantly. But for the rest of his team, Torkoal kind of sucks. I mean, other than a Stealth Rock setter, or he could use Yawn, but I don't see Torkoal being viable because the whole point of it is to set Sun. But the rest of his Pokemon are not really suited for the Sun. If Sceptile had Chlorophyll, oh yeah, that'd be awesome, but it's really pointless. Glalie, Ice is always a good type to attack with. Terrible typing defensively because there's so many weaknesses. But Glalie is kind of a beast. I know it has a Mega Evolution, so I guess that's not terrible. But really, his best Pokemon are Swellow and Sceptile. If he had Aipom evolved into Ambipom, he could definitely run some like fake outs, choice band that.
Hoenn's before Ambipom.
Yep, exactly. So he's just stuck with Aipom. So Aipom's okay, but still not like as good as Glalie, I would think, or Torkoal. But his Swellow and Sceptile, man, oh yeah, his Sceptile's a beast. I know his Sceptile's taken out a Darkrai before. Like, his Sceptile does not play around.
Okay, so
you have to,
sorry.
You have to remember that the Pokemon anime really does not care about how good a Pokemon is during competitive at all.
Exactly.
They don't care at all. They give two F's about the Pokemon stats or how much strong the moves are. They'll just make their own moves up. They'll make their own damage up.
Yeah,
own stats.
Yeah, well, in Hoenn, I mean, I remember like there was like a new move they made. They made it was like Swallow, right?
Yeah.
Swallow, and then Pikachu basically did like this electric move where they turned.
Oh yeah, the electric. Pikachu thunderbolted Swallow, and then they charged into the during the gym badge against the twins. They charged into a double mirror coat reflect wall and just rammed into it, taking out both Solwalk and Lunar Rock so fast.
Right. So they did create like a new move, but looking at the team overall, so you got Sceptile, you got Swallow, you got Torkoal, and then you got, what is the ice type again?
Glalie.
You got Glalie, and then you got Corphish, and then you got Aipom. I think his name is. So the thing is that overall this team kind of looks to me kind of weak, on the weak side. Like,
I don't even remember the Glalie.
Yeah, he had a Glalie. I did like Corphish. Corphish, his name, right?
Yeah, Corphish was a fun Pokemon to see. He was very good for Ash because Robert's power of friendship.
Yeah.
But he was stronger than what he should have been.
Yeah, I also love Torkoal. I love Torkoal from his team, I don't know about Apom. I didn't really like him that much. And then
Apom got more love in Diamond and Pearl when he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. And then Swallow. I think that was a sick like bird, not legendary bird, but like regional bird. I think that was a sick regional bird. He had some sick moments in the anime, especially with that Pikachu, you know. And then
some people actually try to explain that Pikachu thing, what happened there. Because of Sparrow, they were able to figure it out.
They were able to, or not?
Yeah. Pikachu's Thunderbolt the sky, paralyzing the Sparrow. Sparrow has guts.
Okay, that makes sense. So,
guts.
Yeah, guts. But I think essentially this whole team, because like Sceptile was like the main Pokemon. I think essentially this whole team basically relies heavily on Sceptile, and you know Pikachu was Pikachu. You know what I mean? Like, but overall, I think this team relies heavily on Sceptile, and you got Torkoal, who's there basically for the defense. You know, but to show that he can tank a lot. I really love Torkoal, to be honest with you.
Mm.
He's like one of my favorite fire types, but I think he's also underrated because he's just like one of those very slow Pokemon, and he doesn't have much going on. I mean, look at his eyes; they're always closed, aren't they? Like Brock.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like I think the Hoenn team was one dimensional. I think it really relied on Sceptile. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I mean, it's kind of true. I mean, the team changed a few times. I remember that, but Sceptile was basically the ace in the hole that whole series.
Yeah, but sorry.
I said other than Pikachu, obviously being the ace.
I mean, other than Pikachu, but Pikachu's always there.
Yeah, but yeah. You know what's interesting about this team though that I just noticed. And guys, I say this in stages, by the way. So if it evolves once, it's on one stage. If it evolves twice, it's the 2 stage. Okay. So
if it's a baby stage, it's on 0.
Yeah, you can just call it baby. Okay, I don't know. This is the way I say it. All right. So he only has one 2-stage Pokemon in this team. Like the others didn't evolve. They only evolved like into only once, basically.
And if they did evolve, the rest of them, they would still just be one more stage, other than Pikachu, obviously. But like Corphish goes to Crawdad, Apom goes to Ambipom, but that would be it. You know what I mean?
That would be it, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Apom you can't count because it was Hoenn that we didn't have the Ambipom yet.
Right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then you would just Crawdad. But Crawdad would have made a big difference, I would have. The dark typing with the water, that would fit pretty well.
Hey, wasn't it like the first water and dark type?
No, Sharpedo.
Oh, Sharpedo was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did come up. That came in Johto, right?
No, Sharpedo didn't come in Johto. I think it came in Hoenn.
Oh yeah.
I think it came in Hoenn also. And Corphish was Corphish Johto or Hoenn also?
Hoenn, bro.
Oh well.
Okay, so yeah, they did introduce new 2 water dark types, but I think Sharpedo's better, honestly. Only because of the speed boost.
Sharpedo is better. I agree.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, guys, I really don't really feel this team much, man. Like, I think Ash had like a better team in the beginning as well. Like, you know, with Charizard and with Charizard basically. Like, I felt like he had a good team with in the beginning. Like in the Kanto region, I think he had a better team.
Honestly, I think
you go first.
Ash's team, if he had to choose the best team he's had, I think Kanto, he had the potential to, but he would always have Bulbasaur and Squirtle, which if he replaced that for easily Lapras and Snorlax the whole time and still kept his Pidgeot, still kept but he kept releasing Pidgeot, or Butterfree, anything that really evolved just kept releasing at the beginning. So it's kind of like his team was always mixed, but if he actually kept like the good Pokemon, he would have easily had the best team instantly. But again, he always had like random evolutions throughout his team in Canada, so it's kind of hard to judge where his team was. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to judge because in like the first 3 regions, he never had like a fully evolved team.
Right.
But his team was always still a powerhouse to deal with even the babies on his team. It was like, why?
Yeah, but what I'm saying in terms of okay, this like once again, this is my opinion. I think that the Kento team was a bit more funner looking than this one. Like because like outside of, I mean, you have Sceptile, you have Torkoal, and then you have Swallow. Like I think those three are like my favorite Pokemon. I also like Corphish, to be honest with you. And Glalie, it's an oddball to me, right?
I don't even remember Glalie.
Yeah, that's
I think that one kept getting. I think that one kept getting switched in and out. That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, but the Pokemon that really ruins this team for me is Aipom for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't know why he's there.
I think the one that ruins it for me is probably, you're probably right. It's probably Aipom since it can't evolve. If it could evolve, I'd probably take out Corphish, honestly. But it evolved, yeah. Aipom's definitely a no-brainer.
Oh, but if you think, okay, now that I look at it, right? This team could easily be Pikachu, Swallow, Sceptile, Corphish, Torkoal, and then Glalie. I mean, if I was to look at it just like that without Aipom, I don't think it's that bad. Because Torkoal is a freaking tank. He showed that he was a freaking tank. He was like a strong guy. But otherwise, like, yeah, I think we talked enough about Hoenn, to be honest. Let's move on to Sinnoh.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
If we keep talking about this, we'll never get anywhere.
Exactly. We're done with we're done with Hoenn for now.
Honestly, amazing for the most part. Staraptor, ability Reckless, Choice Scarf, that bad boy, Brave Bird, Double Edge. That thing will just start one-shotting and everything. They add U-turn to get out of them. Staraptor is amazing Pokemon. It just Torterra, I mean, not really the best. Any ice type attack just instantly whoops it. But for the most part, you're gonna throw him out for ice type. So Torterra can take a hit or two with, at least putting some chip damage. And then Gliscor, obviously amazing Pokemon. Poison Heal in Gen 5, just pretty amazing too. But also a 4-time weakness too. So the fact that he has Staraptor, Gliscor, and Torterra, that's 3 weaknesses to ice, which kind of sucks. And if he had a Gible, that'd be a 4th weakness. So overall, he should have added a little bit more team diversity, in my opinion. I guess, Infernape could take care of those ices, but, just not a safe bet. One Pokemon can't substitute 3 Pokemon's weakness, in my opinion. But overall, those Pokemon are pretty awesome. Obviously, Infernape's the MVP. That thing's a beast. Every time you throw out Infernape, it has freaking Blaze or Iron Fist, which I guess that's okay, but for the most part, Blaze was like his ace in Sinnoh. It was awesome to watch Infernape grow, kick some butt in some serious battles, went against Paul's Electivire, and beat some of those tougher opponents Ash couldn't beat. But in my opinion, the dumbest thing he did was trade Aipom to Dawn for Weasel. Because if I remember correctly, Dawn does evolve Aipom to Amipom. And Amipom has some awesome movesets that it could run. While Weasel, I mean, I guess if it evolved in a Floatzel, it wouldn't be half bad. But again, it's not the best thing. His best bet was just to take Gible, get Garchomp all the way. But honestly, I would substitute his Weasel for Gible, even though Gibble's not the best. But at least it knew Draco Meteor. So it wasn't half, total dumpster fire. But at least it was something.
Yeah, but you want to keep Ash's Gible there? What his Draco Meteor probably won't be hitting his main target, but Don's Plimp-Pop.
Exactly. It would take out his and his opponent. It'd be like a self-destruct kamikaze thing. That'd be the whole point. Plus, it bites hard and it just stays on its target.
But I do have to disagree with one thing because the Blizzard, I think, was a good trade for him. Not only because it gave him a water type who helped deal with some typings that he couldn't deal with if he kept the Aipom around. But also some of the moves he was able to have, the Aqua Jet comb thing, and he was the one that did the first of all the Water Shield.
Oh, the Aqua Jet thing. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, he just needed to evolve Weasel. I mean, that was the only thing holding him back, really. Like I said, all his other Pokemon are fully evolved. They're completely viable for competitive Pokemon. But his Weasel and Gible, he needed to They needed to grow a little bit stronger, grow a little bit more. But overall, I'd still put his team pretty solid. If he's not facing any ice types, he's fine. And if there is at least one ice type, Fernape's got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give my thoughts about this team as well. So basically, like you said, Pikachu. Yeah, you got Pikachu, Staraptor, Torkoal. No, Torkoal. Why am I saying Torkoal? This guy is not Torkoal. Torterra. You got Infernape, you got Buizel, and then you got Gliscor. Right? I think this team is pretty solid, honestly. Like I really love this team overall. I really love Staraptor. Staraptor is like one of my favorite. After Pidgeot, like I love Staraptor as like the regional bird. I really think his design is sick. It kind of looks like to me, it kind of looks like a fighting and flying type. I don't know why it wasn't a fighting and flying type. But to me, it looks like a fighting and flying type instead of a normal and flying type.
I completely agree with that.
Because it gets close combat against a Brave Bird. So those are like, I mean, imagine it having close combat and a fighting type.
Well, Chance, you know the original about Staraptor? He was originally planned to be a legendary Pokemon.
I didn't know that.
He was originally planned to be I think it was a flying fighting legendary, but that did not. The design failed their expectation, but they didn't want to get rid of it, so they just turned him into a normal flying and made him the regional bird.
So is this like the Blaziken backstory, sort of like how Blaziken was the original design for Latios or something?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Okay, I didn't know this. This is the first time I'm actually hearing about that. But this, no wonder it looks so majestic and so cool. But I really
actually in the original Diamond and Pearl game, they actually made a mistake because he was always programmed into the game as a legendary. The two babies were added late. The first two stages were added later. Then he changed his type to a normal.
Right.
But the mistake was they forgot to change his stats. So in the original Diamond and Pearl games, he was a legendary Pokemon you got early on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah. So Torterra, right? I know Amat, whatever. He said that he didn't like Torterra. I'm sorry. I love Torterra. I love the typing. I love the grass and ground typing. I found this Pokemon to be like, I know, because I like Venusaur as well, and I love seeing a the four-legged Pokemon that could like stand like a Venusaur or something. I really dig this design. It's so edgy and I don't know. I just love the design. I love it. It had some cool moments as well. And you know, when it got its butt beat by something strong, it was sick to watch. I don't know why I enjoyed that. And then Buizel. My favorite moment of Buizel was against a fighting gym leader. Buizel with his what is it? Water pulse or something? He had like it was like a ball he was holding, a water ball. He fought a Lucario, I think, and that
Maylene.
Huh?
Maylene's the fighting gym leader.
Yeah. I think he fought like a Lucario. Yeah. So the thing is, that battle for me was so fantastic. Like I really love seeing fighting gym leaders fight Ash, because the battles for me just get even more intense than that. And I saw Buizel win that fight, and it was so sick to watch. Like I can't believe he's not even evolved into Floatzel. Like I hope it evolves sometime later. Like this guy, he was amazing. I really know he's a badass. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He was a badass. Gliscor, I mean, what was it? He evolved from Gligar, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that and then how did he get Gligar? He just caught it, or did
I think he was the leader of I'm trying to remember. I think he was the leader of a pack.
He took him for Gen 2. I think he caught one in Gen 2, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was like, it's been so long since I watched like some of the older ones. I don't remember everything about them.
Yeah, me either. But what I really liked is the type of training that he had with Ash. He was learning some Fang moves. And I really like the design. Like I really like it. Kind of reminds me of like the closest thing to Batman, I guess.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the design. I really loved the story behind him. I overall, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, if I was born on the day of Sinnoh, right, like, I wouldn't be depressed. This team, like, yo, I'm telling you, Matt, you had a great team to start with. I mean, this team is overall like so solid. Like, I really enjoyed every bit of it. Like, yo, I never forget Ash versus Paul. All right, I never forget Ash versus Paul because it was so much like, you know, Charizard, like how Charizard. I mean, I guess I'll talk about it here because I love this. I always go back to this season of Pokemon. But what I really liked was how the whole philosophy of Ash and Paul was so different in how they trained Pokemon. Like, Paul was like one of those competitive players online that want to just get strong Pokemon. Anything weak, he's just gonna throw away. So imagine like imagine him having a Chimchar that had like a hardy nature or something, you know, and he just like threw him away because this Chimchar has no potential. He threw him away, and then when he threw him away, it was Ash who picked up Chimchar, and he told Ash told Chimchar that I'll make you stronger. Don't worry, I'll make you stronger. And
gave him a temperament and changed his to Jolly, and not just kidding.
Well, yeah, but that's later, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, I told him, man, don't worry, I'm gonna train you, and I'm gonna make you prove to Paul that you're a better trainer. I mean, not a better trainer. You're a better Pokemon. He missed out on you. So for me, this battle between Ash and Paul was between basically Infernape and Electrive. Electrive was like the Pokemon that was like the Pokemon version of Paul, and then Paul and Ash were like the rivals of each other. And the battle of philosophy was so deep and amazing. I really loved the fact that eventually in the end, spoiler alert, eventually in the end, Infernape showed that he is the best Pokemon that Paul could have had, but he messed up because Ash believed in him. And that Blaze ability, bro, like, I don't think any Pokemon has used it better than Infernape.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I was like I watched Ash versus Paul, and then in that moment that happened where like he just goes Super Saiyan, you know, he goes Super like he's dead. He's like hit by one of the strongest moves of Electrive, right? And then he's supposed to be dead. Like, he's supposed not dead. Okay, they don't die. He's supposed to be fainted.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they give that moment, and this is what I love about the Pokemon anime. If you guys never really spent so much time on Pokemon anime, like, you guys got to look at some of the battles they had. All right, they're very sick. They're so shonen. You know, I love it. He got electrocuted by the Electrive, and then he was supposed to be fainted by that point. And the referee thought, you know, he was going to give up. He was going to be done with it. You know, he was done. He was gone. But then Infernape just made a small noise, and then he gets back up and stands back up, and then Ash Ash says some sweet stuff. Then and then Infernape just stands up, and then he goes like charging up like a Super Saiyan. He's like going ballistic. His hair is like, you know, firing up just like the picture. That's him basically using Blaze. It was so sick, man. His Flare Blitz that he used, like going blue and stuff like that. That was so sick. Like, I really was lost for words when that happened, to be honest.
I love when he defeated Electivire and the Electivire blew up, and he had that look. Then Freddie had that look on his face, and he just did not move because he knew if he took another step, he was gonna pass out, pretty much. But he just stood there like, yeah, that's right, I win. You know, with this smirk on his face.
That was a pure anime moment for Pokemon, and honestly, that battle is just so perfect. Like, just seeing an underdog like Infernape prove to his former trainer that he is like he was the best Pokemon that he could have had was like one of the best things for me to feel as a Pokemon fan. And honestly, I still love Infernape, but I don't love him as much as Charizard. I still love him though.
Mm-hmm. I love Infernape, like I said, for other reasons, because he was mostly my starter Pokemon. But do you know what the best part about the whole Electivire versus Infernape battle was?
Sure.
Was that it did change Paul. I don't remember if you remember in Pokemon Journeys before Ash battled in Pokemon Masters that Paul came back, told me he was becoming a gym leader, and that he did start training his Pokemon with love, and he ended up pretty much mock battling Ash with Metagross. Was it Gyarados or Dragonite? I think it was Gyarados, and
a whole training arc for one of his Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. He gave him a mock battle, but it showed the impact that literally Infernape, I guess, put on him after the battle.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this was just amazing storytelling for me. I mean, I know a lot of people had issues with the season, whatever, but I really enjoyed it. I was in it. I was so in it. It was amazing. But you know what? Moving on to the next team, which is going to be the main team that we're going to be talking about today. And I think it's a great segue to move on to, because I think by looking at, like, okay, yeah. First off, I gotta say where I started from. I started from Kanto. I'm the OG Pokemon guy. So like I started from Kanto. My favorite Pokemon is Charizard. And honestly, I used to be a kid and I used to pretend to be like him and stuff like that. And I used to get beat because of that. But I really love Charizard till this day. He's so amazing. He's so he's such an awesome Pokemon. I know some people say he's an overrated Pokemon because he's all over the Pokemon thing, but I just gotta say, why wouldn't you have Charizard like in your screens? I mean, if he's popular, if he's selling stuff, and if he's the guy that's bringing like money to your company, why wouldn't you bring in Charizard? Like, you got Pikachu as like that cute mascot, and then you got Charizard, who is supposed to be seen as like this amazing badass of your childhood. So but that's not to say, like, guys, Pokemon like Infernape, like they left the impact as well, but Charizard was the one that brought that to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are you guys' thoughts about that so far?
I think I don't know. Talking, if we're looking at his team right now, Charizard does not fit well in the sense that Dragonite, he already has a fly, essentially. He's already got Dragonite. And in my opinion, Dragonite's stronger than Charizard generally. I think Charizard's amazing. Its Mega Evolutions probably will make it stronger than Dragonite. For the most part, its Gigantamax form would have been awesome to see. But I think the biggest issue they would have had is if they added Charizard back, why not add Infernape? Why not add Sceptile? Why not add Greninja? Because I know Greninja is one of the most fan favorites of all time. And I guarantee if they were going to add a Pokemon back, it would have been Greninja.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay, well,
okay. But that's what I would have said.
Okay. I would like to stop you there. I'm not talking about the current team like that. I'm saying, like, what the whole Charizard stuff I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was basically saying, like, how like where I started from. Like, what, like, how you guys talked about your when you guys started from Sinnoh, when you guys started from Hoenn. I was talking about where I started from. I started from Kanto. So yeah. I was saying, like, I was talking about Charizard's popularity in general. I wasn't saying, like, I want him in this team.
Oh, okay. You're talking about what did Charizard kind of leave? What impact did it leave on?
Like the legacy that Charizard has left in the anime.
I mean, yeah, I knew where you were coming from. Honestly took that for the wrong point, but I just didn't stop him.
Sorry, I did not understand what you're saying, but yeah. Charizard from Kanto, awesome, just amazing. I loved how he was so stubborn, and Charmeleon, he was so sweet. Charmeleon wasn't half bad, but Charizard, no, he was the big bad dog of the group. He always wanted to be the best, and every time he lose, he bit his lip and tried to get better.
Yeah,
like, talk about like a Pokemon that just did not want to give up. I mean, Charizard, the definition of that. So I love Charizard. It's always good, fun Pokemon to look at. Great move. Overall, amazing Pokemon. Sorry to cut you guys.
Yeah, it's okay. But my point is that I feel like Ash's Charizard, right? He's the guy that left like a big legacy for the other aces to come in and then take it. I mean, I don't think he's gone forever. I think eventually one day, maybe in the anime, he'll be brought back again, and he'll fight. But by this point, Ash has so many great other so many other great Pokemon, like Greninja. You said, like. But here's the thing I want to say though about that though. Like, I know people say Greninja is like probably like the strongest Pokemon that Ash has or something. Like, I mean that's
just because of Ash Greninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
choose obviously. So let's be honest.
And then Lucario was like the next one, I think, because like Lucario has a Mega Evolution. He's like Lucario is the only Mega Evolution he has. I just gotta say one thing though. Ash's Charizard, and this is just, and by the way, this is just my opinion, guys. Don't come at me in the comment section. But I think if Ash's Charizard has potential to actually have so many different forms that he could basically either match them or outmatch them. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's like that far off when it comes to like these guys. But like but he gets underrated because of the fact that Green Ninja had just that amazing moment in the X and Y series.
Mm-hmm. The reason why Greninja was so great is because with Charizard, with any Pokemon, you usually want to give them a good item, a good or you know what I mean, like a Dynamax or something that makes them great. But just solely based on Greninja's ability, he's not wasting his Z move, he's not wasting his Dynamax, and he's not wasting his evolution by using Ash Greninja. So that's why I think a lot of the fans wanted him to come back, because that would be kind of like another mechanic in its own.
No, you're right about that, and like I know that in the anime he's been presented as a very strong Pokemon, but I know like but Ash's Charizard has trained a lot. The only reason we don't see Ash's Charizard much is because he gets overshadowed by like Leon's, and then you got Island's Charizard. But what did you want to say, Six Time? I know you've been wanting to say a lot.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I was gonna say we were talking about how Charizard's so popular and stuff compared to. So a lot of people did research. Like every time there's like new Pokemon's gonna come out, there's always like sales on their cards, sell on their plushies. Charizard has always been the most popular. Even if you compare his original release compared to like all the guys' original releases now, Charizard always was the most popular one. Nobody even comes close to him in popularity.
Right.
That's why he's. Now, about what you said about him, about getting overshadowed by Alan or Leon, man, I'm just gonna say this: I would have loved to see Charizard just return for any one of those fights. Charizard v Charizard.
I agree.
That would have been a fun one to watch.
I agree. I would have loved to watch it, because like here's the thing. What people don't understand is like the Charizard is getting new forms every season almost, right? Like so Ash's Charizard, that means Ash's Charizard has potential in becoming even stronger than he is. And that's the story of Ash's Charizard, is that he wanted to be the strongest Charizard. That's why he went into the Char-Pacific Valley to train with other Charizards. So if they ever wanted to basically like, his story is not done. Like some people think that he retired or something. His story is not done. Like Ash wants to be a Pokemon master. This guy wants to be the strongest Charizard. So I want to see one day like and this is something I've been holding in my head for a while, but I'm gonna say it on this podcast because why not? This is where you say it. I would like to have this one day where like Ash's Charizard returns and then he fights Alan's Charizard and then Leon's Charizard and anyone else's Charizard that's gonna come in the future, because I think they're gonna probably bring in another guy who has a Charizard. I mean, let's face it, he probably will. Ash will eventually fight a Charizard again, but I would like him to fight the other Charizards, because this sets out Charizard for his own personal battle. Oh, and what's up?
So basically make a Charizard tournament.
Yeah, make a Charizard tournament. I'm down for that, bro. And people will be sick of it. Like, overrated Charizard. Oh my god, man. Hey, Red X Nova. I know. We're gonna get to that actually. You know how Ash won. But anyways, that's enough about Charizard, right? Let's talk about this team in general. Yeah, you got Pikachu. You got Pikachu. You got Gengar. You got Dragonite. You got Lucario. You got Surfetch. I love Surfetch, by the way. He's sick. Mm-hmm. And then you got the most ugly looking fish ever, Dracovish.
Dracovish is a beast. You guys are we starting to talk about Galarty now?
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Galarty. I mean,
what you want to whip into for the last 40 minutes. I
know, but there was a lot to, because we're doing a Pokemon Iron Man podcast, right? I think I should change the name of it eventually. But yeah, who's this? Hey, by the way, before I get into it, who's this Medley Huff guy?
That's me.
Oh, screw you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna start with Amaterasu, then I'm gonna go with 6M, then I'm gonna come in. Amaterasu, what are your thoughts about this team?
Can I just start rambling a lot of stuff?
Please
go for it.
Okay, so I have the movesets pulled up for Ash's team, And let me tell you, I am very unimpressed with some of these moves. He is Dracofish, and what he runs on Dracofish is Fiendish Rand. Let me tell you, amazing move. Choice Scarf that bad boy. That thing's just going to start sweeping teams instantly. Dragon Rush. I mean, Dragon Rush is okay, but it has such bad accuracy. Why wouldn't you run Outrage or just Dragon Tail or literally anything else that does better damage and looks better? Ice Fang, amazing move. Like that's gonna counter some of your opponents. That's awesome. And then Water Gun. Why do you run Water Gun, dude? This thing learns so much better moves. Run Crunch, anything else but literally Water Gun. So I don't know. I'm just unimpressed with that move set. He should have. I know he likes to put a lot of special moves, and he also likes to put a lot of like physical moves on his Pokemon. But he should just stick to one. Just have a few special sweepers. Like Gengar, just throw all special moves on. Dragonite, probably throw physical with Dracofish. Lucario, you can run either. Surfetch, keep physical, and Pikachu's Pikachu. But his Lucario, he runs Aura Sphere, Bullet Punch, Reversal, and Steel Beam. Aura Sphere, I mean, yeah, pretty good. Bullet Punch, if you're running already a special set Lucario, keep it. Don't run Bullet Punch. He's got Reversal, which honestly, it's not a half bad move. And then Steel Beam, he could have easily traded that up for like Bone Rush, Close Combat, Extreme Speed. Well, I guess he's got Bullet Punch, so he doesn't need Extreme Speed. But you get the idea. He could have made a little bit better of a moveset there. But his Lucario Mega, awesome. I am surprised in the Masters 8 tournament, though. I know against Togetic, when he played Cynthia, he threw out Mega Lucario with like this massive Aura Sphere. I'm surprised he didn't use that on the psychic terrain and the ice that Mr. Rhyme was skating on. I'm like, why didn't you, Surfetch was awesome to cut it, with its Fury Cutter, but I'm like, why didn't you just launch a huge Aura Sphere at the ground? Then Mr. Mime would have also taken the hit too. So I don't know. Plus, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just a disclaimer, guys. I brought a competitive battler here. All right, if you guys didn't notice by now, this guy is just talking straight up competitive battling. So don't mind him, okay? He's doing a pretty good job about explaining this stuff. But let me tell you this, bro. Like, I just want to interject and say something though. I feel like the moves in anime and moves in the games are completely different. Like I know like we in the games, right? Like there are certain moves like Draco Meteor and stuff like that. And like cut. I mean, I'm gonna say cut. There's like a move like cut. Great Ninja used to use that. It's a pretty useless move in the anime. No, in the games. But in the anime, it's a pretty useful move. So like the way they battle in the anime, the way they use their moves in the anime, is totally completely different. So I think that I think it's unfair to basically compare the two because they use the environments and they have a whole different battle system. But I'm assuming you're talking from a point of view of building a team of Ash. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Do you not want me to do that?
No. I'm just saying. Is that how you're thinking of it like that?
Yeah, I would talk about that of it.
All right, that's fine.
I'm just gonna jump in here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you were very right about how bad the teams are in competitive point of view. But because of how the anime works, you kind of can't look at it that way all the time. Really, the only way you can look at it is type coverage. Does he have type coverage? That's the only real thing you can look at. With the anime, they'll make anything else they want up with the move. So
sure,
they'll probably make Splash a useful move at one point.
Yeah, blinds the opponent so they can get a sneak attack in.
I mean, I know, like you were talking about Water Gun. Water Gun is like used like a Hydro Pump or something. You know what I mean?
that Water Gun was more like a Hydro Pump.
That's how they use it. But I totally get what you mean. I mean, where you're coming from. Like when it comes to the movesets of these guys, I mean, they're not the most balanced. Especially like Pikachu. Why would you give it Iron Tail and why would you give it Thunderbolt? Like for example, its EU spread would be kind of weird. But yeah, going back to the team itself. Do you got any things to add to the team at Matros?
I'm gonna let someone else talk, and I'm gonna look at it real quick, see like what his weaknesses are. Mm-hmm. Like it seems like he's got a decently team from what I'm seing right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, 6M. How about you talk about the team? Well, what are your thoughts about
Well, I'm just gonna complain. Like my biggest complaint, and like I know a lot of other people's biggest complaint about Ash's team for this whole gen. It's why is half of them old Pokemon? Why does he only have 2 of the new ones, and that's it?
He gave some Kanto love here. Like, I mean, if you look at Pikachu, Pikachu is always going to be there, right? It's from Kanto.
Yeah.
But you got like 3 Kanto Pokemon essentially.
Yeah, Dragonite, Gengar,
and Pikachu. And then Lucario is just a oddball. Like Lucario just, I mean, I'm sorry. This is your time to talk, so I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
What were you gonna say?
Well, other than complaining about the like not having new Pokemon, there was something else people complain is that some of these Pokemon he could have just replaced some of his old current Pokemons because they were basically going for mechanics here, right?
Yeah, I
they
mean,
have Z-Move, Pikachu, Gengar, Gigamax, and Lucario for the Mega Evolution.
Yep.
Dragonite's just there to be a pseudo legendary.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are there because of being new Pokemon.
Right.
Lucario could have been replaced with like Charizard, Sceptile, or
I found it funny when
another
you said
Pokemon.
That was funny. But go on.
Lucario could have been replaced with somebody else who could Mega Evolve. Gengar could have been replaced with Charizard, or another, maybe a new Pokemon that could have got Gigamax, like Gimsarl would have been a good choice.
Grimmsnarl, yeah.
Or, yeah, maybe the turtle. Hey, even his Snorlax. They could have brought Snorlax back, have him become the giant planet.
Right. So you're essentially saying that he should have used some of his old Pokemon as well in this whole journey?
Well, I think he could. Well, technically, the Gengar kind of fits because he did have a Haunter at one point, so I'm not that worried about the Gengar. But I think if they want to bring back Kanto Pokemons, or like older Pokemons that weren't from the new gen, like for the Lucario for Mega, he could have used one of his older Pokemons. Give him a Pokemon, return it, have it go for a training arc or something, and give the Mega Stone. That would have people would have loved that.
Yeah. I would like to add more to your opinions and stuff. Basically, like you said, like about the whole teams. The whole team basically. You got 3 Kanto Pokemon because Pikachu is still there. Is still Kanto. You got Dragonite, you got Gengar, and Pikachu. That are just the Kanto Pokemon, right? Okay. When it comes to Gengar and Dragonite, right? I don't know about you. I always did feel like Ash should have got a Dragonite. But the reason he never got one is because of Charizard.
Yeah.
So I'm actually happy he got that, and I also remember like in the back in the day, back in those black and white days when Ash actually had an encounter with the Haunter, right? So I think Gengar and Dragonite actually do make sense to me, because Dragonite, I always see this rivalry between Dragonite and Charizard for some reason. I always feel like they're like rival Pokemon.
Actually, that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I really like. They probably could have used like a different pseudo legendary Pokemon instead of him, like Dragapult would have made more sense in this anime, but Dragonite still works. Gengar works because of really all the way back in Kanto, Ash actually had a help from a Haunter to beat Serena.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think he should have had a Haunter back then. Like, you know, he had a lot of Kanto Pokemon. He should have just got a Haunter back then. I don't know why he never got it. So I'm actually happy that he got a Gengar. Gengar is like one of my favorite Pokemon. I also like Dragonite, to be honest, because of the classical dragon. Like, he's like the first dragon type. Like, he's like the first, yeah. So the thing is that Lucario, see, that's the thing I don't understand. Lucario, why did he go with Lucario as his ace? Like,
yeah, there was so many other options that he always had. Sceptile, Charizard. Hey, even he could have got his Gab back to evolve into Garchomp and get the Mega Stone. That would have been awesome versus Cynthia.
Right. Like the only logic that makes sense to me is that Greninja, the Greninja connection.
Mhm.
You know, like how he actually.
Oh yeah, the Aurora.
Yeah, the Aurora. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But I'm
Oh
thinking.
wait, I just remember something. They did something else with Aurora and Diamond and Pearl with that Lucario movie.
So
That has the strong Aurora that had the Aurora of very strong Aurora that was similar to the Lucario's that was like frozen.
The Mystery of Mew or something?
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It had to do with the tree.
Yep.
Right.
And Ash is a descendant with strong aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually do remember that movie. It was actually pretty. I don't know. It made me feel something. Honestly, that movie was an emotional wreck for me. But yeah, like okay, I get it. Lucario is a very popular Pokemon. We've seen so many of them around. Like just like Charizard, how Charizard appears a lot. You got Lucario's appearing a lot for some reason. But now, but now,
how many gym leaders have Lucario nowadays?
Yeah, but now Lucario is made official. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he came out. Lucario came out in Sinnoh, I think. That's the Infernape generation. So I guess I still prefer Infernape, as his ace. I will still not go with Lucario in that generation. So Lucario has a Mega Evolution, and so I guess that's the only Mega Evolution he gets. And like you said that they all have their own gimmicks. Like Pikachu has the Z move.
Yeah.
Gengar's got.
Excuse
me.
Yeah.
Gengar Gigamax, Lucario Mega.
I just don't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't understand why Gengar needed that. But I guess. I
mean, they could have.
Yeah.
They really could have gave like Gengar the Mega Evolution instead of Lucario and replaced Lucario with a different Pokemon that could Gigamax instead of Gengar.
I forgot he has a Mega Evolution as well. Like, why didn't Gengar get the ability to Mega Evolve as well? Like, okay, so Pikachu can G-Max. Pikachu can do the Z move, right? Why not give a Mega Evolution to Gengar and give the G-Max to Gengar as well? And you know what's great about this though is that if Ash's Charizard ever wanted to have a new the Leon form, he could always get it. Because of the way he got it for Gengar. Because originally Gengar wasn't able to G-Max.
Yeah.
I would say essentially this team is what there's like actually I see 4 Kanto Pokemon, and the reason I'm calling Farfetch a Kanto Pokemon is because this is literally a regional form of a Farfetch.
Yeah. Then evolves.
And then evolves into Surfetch. Yeah. But
I think of Surfetch there. Surfetch is kind of like OG Charizard.
Okay, in what sense?
After evolving, he gave Ash some troubles and an attitude problem.
And he doesn't want to lose. He always gets back up to win.
I really like them. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. It was like his whole thing was like a faster paced version of Ash's Charizard. Like his whole story.
Yeah. I actually really liked him as a Pokemon, as a character, because he actually made that weird fish that I'm going to talk about soon more human. Like they I mean, Amaterasu, you didn't really watch like the whole show, right? So so Meteor, what's the name of this thing called? Meteor something? No.
Dracofoot.
No, the main move of Surfetch.
Meteor Assault?
Meteor Assault, and then that Draco Wish has a... No, he has another one.
Brittle Swing? Fury Cutter?
No, we're talking about Draco
Wish. No, he's talking about Draco Fish.
Oh.
Draco Meteor?
No, he never got Draco Meteor.
Are you talking about Phoenix End or Dragon Rush?
Dragon Rush, there you go. So Dragon Rush, like, so the Meteor Assault, whatever you call it, and Dragon Rush was like learned at the same time by these two. And basically they complement one another. They did like a special training together to where like Surfetch learned the meteor assault, and then what you call it, Draco Wish learned the Dragon Rush. So they built a connection together based on that, and I really like that. Although I do feel like the team that Ash got this time around really didn't get that much I would say development as like the previous generations ever did. Like he got Dragonite fully evolved, basically.
Yeah.
Like he got Gengar fully evolved.
Yeah. Surfetch and Lucario were basically the only ones he had to evolve.
Lucario just came from an egg.
Yeah.
And Surfetch, you're right. The only two that evolved is Surfetch and Lucario, and Draco Wish doesn't evolve. Draco Wish he got from like freaking
the fossil.
The fossil, yeah. So yeah, this team was like essentially it was like really it's a very un-Ash like team to me.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a fire type.
He always does usually have a flying type.
No, fire type. He has a flying type right now. He has a flying type. He has
yeah, he doesn't have a fire type.
No,
you got a point there.
No, he doesn't have a fire type at all, and he doesn't also have he has a water type. He doesn't have a grass type. So it's a very un-Ash like team to me. But do you guys think this team is a champion level team? Do you think this is the best team he's ever had?
Yeah, I mean honestly, probably.
It's a pretty good team. Now, if you go anime wise, why is his Dragonite the weakest Pokemon when it should be like one of his strongest ones?
I agree with that.
And it's a she.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to go and get into that. So Dragonite. Yeah. So Dragonite. No, I'll say it this much. I think when it comes to the aces in this team, right? Pikachu is an ace, but I also felt like Dragonite was an ace. And I was you never felt like that way?
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest here.
Go ahead.
It's all looking at like all the battles all the guys done, and how many of them like they were the ace of it. Sadly, Dragonite is actually the least important Pokemon on Ash's team.
I actually agree with that. I expected way more from Ash's Dragonite, but it kind of felt underwhelming with all the battles he had.
I mean, that Dragonite has more losses of all the Pokemon's combined. You could like do the whole percent of all the other Pokemon's won and lost. Dragonite will still lose that.
I guess my favorite battle with him was actually I got two favorite battles. He fought Iris. He had a dragon versus dragon battle with that Iris, and he got like Draco Meteor or something. Like he literally created Draco Meteor off of a move of Iris. So I really like that. That felt that to me a great moment. And then the other moment was when he fought a Mega Lucario.
Well, yeah, he has actually one more good one versus Ash versus Leon, but sadly, he's like he has good moments, but that's it.
I mean, the Ash versus Leon moment was good, but I just felt like the ones that that I saw in the previous time were a lot better. But I can see what you guys mean about that, because I think Gengar has more wins than him.
Yeah, he had good moments, but he didn't do enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like the anime kind of presented him as like the third ace of the team. Like
that's what they were kind of going for, but that did not how it went. It was really the aces of the team went Pikachu, Lucario, Dracofish, Gengar, Surfetch, Dragonite.
I can see that, and you know what? What always bothered me?
Gengar and Surfetch are like switchable.
Yeah, what always bothered me about this team though is the fact that it has 2 fighting types and 2 dragon types for some reason. Like I know that bothered me a lot, because I was like, dude, you could go with some decent variety. I think this is the most dragon types he's ever had in a team, anyways. Like Ash and dragon types are like connected somehow. He usually gets decent dragon types, and I think this is the first fully evolved pseudo legendary Ash has.
I was gonna say, if you look at all the other time Ash had a super legendary, there was Varvesta, who stayed on his team for a little bit, never evolved, and Gabite.
Right. So I guess, man, I don't know why, guys. This team talk is so interesting to me. Like, I even though this was like, I would say this was like, this team in general would be considered like amongst the best teams that he's ever had. Although there's a.
Oh, no, wait. Gudra pseudo legendary.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Wait, does he still have Gudra?
Yeah.
Okay. Gudra
was X and Y.
Gudra is a good Pokemon. Yeah, X and Y. The thing with X and Y is that you forget that Ash had other Pokemon besides Greninja. That's a problem.
Yeah. Greninja kind of like rolled that whole show.
Yeah, like
and his Gudra was pretty weak too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you sort of forget that he has other Pokemon.
I know. Every time it's like Ash has a pseudo legendary, he either never evolves it, or it's one of his weaker Pokemons for some reason.
What do you say again, sir?
It's not like his strongest Pokemon on the team every time he has one.
You're talking about Greninja?
No, I'm talking about like every time Ash gets a pseudo legendary.
Yeah, it's not the strongest. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I honestly,
it's always his mid ground to weakest for some reason.
Yeah, it's not, and even in this team, Dragonite is not the strongest. At least that's from what I see. Like Dragonite, I think was given the typical flying type treatment. You know, like regional bird flying type treatment. Like they're cool to look at. They have some decent battles, but they don't really get to outshine much. I mean, in the beginning, like here's the problem with this show, in my opinion. And we're gonna and guys, don't worry, we're gonna get into the Master 8. Don't worry. I feel like Go messed up this show so much. Like,
I don't even want to talk about it. Please, just go on.
All right, I'm gonna go on. You don't need to talk about it. But I feel like Go messed up this show so much that I feel like they better not make him. Okay, first off, they better not make him a protagonist of the next show, because I bet you that's gonna be a turnoff for many people. Ash should remain the main protagonist, in my opinion. If they wanted to bring up a new protagonist, they should have brought it a long time ago. But now he's like an iconic guy. But Go is the one that I feel like messed up a lot because okay, I showed you guys like 2 teams so far, right? And in those 2 teams, Ash at least had like 6 Pokemon from the new region. And in this one, he only had 5. And they were not all from the new region. Like there was like 2 of them from like the new region. So he wasn't for some reason Ash wasn't allowed to catch any Pokemon besides these 5. I'm not gonna call it Pikachu.
It was the same with Sun and Moon and X and Y. He barely caught 6 Pokemon.
I mean, Sun and Moon had decent amount of Pokemon. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but no. I mean, if you catch how many Pokemon, if you look at how many Pokemon Ash actually caught, he only caught 5.
I guess you're right.
They were all new Pokemon for the whole region, but he only caught so many Pokemon.
Okay, but what about the legendaries that he had? He had one Ultra Beast.
He had legendaries and Ultra Beast. That he had a stacked team.
Yeah.
But they were all new Pokemon still.
Yeah.
Here, he has 2 new Pokemon. The rest are old Jets.
Pretty much. I mean, you're the ace, right? I mean, we know that Pikachu is an ace, right? But
I mean, we can't count Pikachu for anything. Like he's always gonna be there.
You're right. No, Pikachu. No, I'm just saying. Pikachu is always gonna be there. But what I'm saying is that the main ace was basically Lucario, right? Essentially. Lucario. Yeah, Lucario is old gen, and he got a Mega Evolution. Yo, Amaterasu, what's your thoughts about that?
I forgot. I haven't seen Gen 7. That was the only game I've skipped. But if I remember correctly, his team was stacked in Gen 7.
Yeah, also Beast, 2 mythical, a legendary.
Yeah. Like what I'm saying is that in this generation journeys, when he could have caught so many different Pokemon, he like what I mean is like I'm not expecting Ash to get like I think Ash should have at least 10 Pokemon in each generation. That's my opinion. But like Ash didn't get like six new Pokemon. Like he didn't get 6 new Pokemon. He didn't get at least 6 Pokemon other than Pikachu. You know what I mean?
So, right. He didn't get 6 new Pokemon from that specific region.
No. This wasn't even based on the region though. That's the thing. It was based on so many different other regions. I mean, Galar itself got. I mean, I'm not going to go into that. Like honestly, there's a lot of issues with this show, and this could be like we could probably talk about this in another podcast. But either way, what I'm saying is that it kind of surprised me that Ash just stick with like five different Pokemon, 5 new Pokemon. I'll say that he never had. I am glad that he got Dragonite. I am glad that he got Gengar, right? I know about how I feel about Lucario. I guess Lucario is a fan favorite, but I just don't think he was needed as like the ace. You know what I mean? So, but enough about that. I think we can just move on to the 8. So, I mean, I guess we're just gonna talk from Ash's perspective, Ash's battles. Can you run down what happened with Ash's battle 6 time?
Okay, first Ash battle Master 8. We had him versus Steven, which great fight. Not a lot happened. I mean, Ash won that because of the Pikachu Z move. And all these first few battles, you're only allowed to use one battle mechanic.
Right.
Only one. So Ash used his Z move that took out Mega Matagross. That's how he won that one.
Yep. Which was a sick moment, though. I enjoyed it. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good fight.
Yeah.
All of these are good fights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Okay. Then we have Ash versus Cynthia, which, that was a beautiful fight. Cynthia throwing out a curveball instead of going Mega Charizard, DMAxing her.
Wait, you mean Garchomp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mega Garchomp. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, did not send out Mega Garchomp, but said Dynamax Togekiss.
Yeah,
so it was
I actually don't know what I feel about that. Like, did you guys like the decision that? I mean, I know Amaterasu, you didn't watch it. You gotta watch that battle. If you watch, you gotta watch Cynthia versus Ash. That's a sick battle.
I've seen scenes. It was pretty good.
Yeah, but what do you think? Do you guys think that she should have just went with Garchomp, or she did the right?
She did the right move here.
Okay, why?
And here's why. If you don't know, Mega Garchomp actually has a flaw. He's actually worse than normal Garchomp.
Okay,
I completely agree with that.
He does gain more power, but you lose so much speed.
Right.
Problem is, that power does not matter because of how much speed he loses. The Pokemon that he could beat in normal Garchomp can now beat him.
Yeah.
Lucario is one of those examples. If it was Mega Lucario versus Mega Garchomp, Mega Lucario wins hands down.
Yeah.
And throwing in the Dynamax Fairy Flying who counters Mega Lucario.
Right.
So that was a smart choice. That was well played. That was just showing how smart she was.
It also, I think, gave us a sick moment where like you saw this Mega Lucario try to beat up this big gigantic Pokemon. I think that was a nice moment, and I guess I agree with you. Like, but the only thing is that I just felt like I didn't want Cynthia to be nerfed because we saw like Cynthia beat so many people with that Garchomp and stuff. I just wanted to see her go all out with him, but I guess I can see your point. You know, it makes sense.
I mean, she did go all out. Using Mega Garchomp is actually a nerf to Garchomp.
I guess you have a point there, yeah. So in that battle alone, because I remember it, I remember like it kind of reminded me of like, you know how Infernape was like the ace of Ash against Ball. In this one, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, though. Like, I think Cynthia had like 2 Pokemon left. I'm not sure how many Pokemon Lucario KO'd in that one, but I know that Lucario came in a time where Ash needed to make a comeback with Lucario, and he had to take on Togekiss. Togekiss, yeah. He had to take on that, and then the mighty Garchomp. So basically, he had to take on 2 of them to basically win Ash the thing. And I think it really showcased how strong of a bond Ash and Lucario has, and it just made him look like a badass in that one. So overall, so what did you like about that battle the most 6 times since you watched it?
I mean, it was a great battle. A lot of great moves. Actually, people say for this one is that the MVP was not Lucario, but actually Sirfetch'd.
Oh yeah, why?
Well, Sirfetch'd did take out another one of Cynthia's Pokemon, but the damage he was able to build up on the Garchomp.
And he took out Stealth Rock.
Yeah, he took out Stealth Rock, did so much damage to the Garchomp. If it wasn't for him, Lucario probably would not have won at all.
Right. I guess you're right, but in the end of the day, people look at the results, and then they look at the guy that actually won Ash the thing. Because you gotta give credit to Lucario as well, because he was, despite the damages he done, he was still dealing with like two strong Pokemon, especially Garchomp is one of them. So like Garchomp is like her ace, and like you said, she is using her best. I felt like overall Cynthia as a character, I mean in the games and in the anime, has been shown as one of those strong female characters that you want to look at and be like, man, this is amazing, this is awesome, as a character. What are you guys' thoughts about Cynthia?
Well, I don't know about Autumn roster, but for me, she's one of the, other than being the Pokemon waifu.
Agreed. She's my favorite. I mean, it's not even.
She is one of the scariest, strongest trainers out there. She is somebody. While we've seen her personality in the anime, she's very caring, helpful, more relaxed. But in battles, she's one of the strongest ones there are.
Right. She does give you that menacing effect. I mean, she has this aura, right? I think, like, how Lucario has aura. I think she has this aura where like she gives you this strong vibe. Like she can just give you a stare and then make you feel something. I mean, you know what I really like?
Were you about to say like Rife?
No, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not trying to say that. I really love the Mega Evolution sequence that she did with her lipstick. She brought out a lipstick, and then you saw the mega thing.
Yeah.
I found that pretty cool. Yeah, but Amaterasu, what are your thoughts about Cynthia?
Amazing. Her team's so well balanced too. She has a lot of good Pokemon, fun Pokemon to play against too, and her Garchomp, dude. I mean, it's just unbelievably how powerful that thing is. Thing never goes down, even if you play the games. Garchomp's a pain in the ass to beat.
Cynthia is well known as like the Nuzlocke Destroyer.
Oh yeah.
She is the strongest of all the champion trainers. She is the strongest. She's the most scary one to deal with, and she just elegant look.
Right. Outside of Ash's battles that we've talked about so far, is it fair to say that like the other the other Master 8 battles were like kind of like missing something?
Well, especially against all the other ones that Leon were in, yet they were definitely missing stuff.
Like Leon's battles were like skipped for most part. They wanted to just keep it a surprise of what his team was. So I mean,
before we even got to like Ash versus Leon and see his home team, we only seen like 3 Pokemon out of Leon's whole team.
Yeah, but what do you think about like Alan? Alan is I mean, I'm not so sure if I'm saying it right, but Alan is like,
you're saying that right.
Yeah, Alan is one of the trainers that people care about a lot because he's the guy that beat Ash Greninja. He's the guy that beat him with his Mega X Charizard, and Leon.
And he had his own series.
Yeah, and he had his own series, and Leon just stumped all over him. Like Leon beat him with a regular Charizard. Not even like
regular Garchomp and a what's the Rillaboom.
Yeah, Charizard. Yeah, regular Charizard and Rillaboom. Rillaboom, man. That Pokemon I think has been presented as like the strongest starter.
That thing had more plot armor than
like in the anime, he's been presented as a very as the strongest starter from the new generation. That's the way I've seen it. Deonta, like he destroyed I think at least 4 or 5 Pokemon of Deonta or something.
Yeah, he destroyed 4 out of 5 of Deonta's Pokemon. I mean, 5 out of 6 of Deonta's Pokemon. And Deonta had the Gigamax, her Gardevoir to beat it.
Right. So yeah, I felt like I felt like that Alan got destroyed. I felt like Alan got destroyed.
That was just setting up all the plot armor for Leon.
I guess it was. Yeah.
That fight should have been at least 3. He should have been able to wipe out like half of Leon's team.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I felt like this Master 8 tournament was like very clear on what it wants to do. It wants to do Leon versus Ash. Which is why I think like it was kind of missing something. Like I said, the pacing of this show, the journeys. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like compared to other anime, other seasons, I had to skip a lot of journeys because I didn't want to deal with the goal stuff. I think they could have done a lot with journeys if they kind of stick to Ash's battles, Ash's journey and stuff like that. If I guess they were trying to do something different, but I don't know. I just didn't like Go being the Pokemon Go guy. You know what I mean? So that's another story. I mean. But I want to get into I guess the main fight, Ash versus Leon, which I had our boy Amaterasu watch. I keep calling him Amaterasu. I am at sorry. And honestly, before I get into my thoughts, I want to know your thoughts. Matt, like, what did you think about it?
Honestly, without the power of friendship, Ash was gonna lose. Ash was getting his butt handed to him. I mean, I saw him kept switching in and out, and I'm like, dude, when you throw those Pokemon back in, they're already on like half a lower HP. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you need to keep them in. You need to come up with better strategies. Mr. Rhyme and Dragapult just really murdered his team, especially Dragapult. And Cinderace at the beginning, I mean, Leon just seemed like he was always one step ahead, but luckily, Pikachu, I love to see Pikachu be the MVP. It's been a while, you know, in kind of like each Masters tournament, it felt like there was one person who was more of an MVP than the other, but I was super happy to see Pikachu come out on top for once, like, you know, with the power of friendship, I guess you could say. So that was really fun and exciting, and it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time, the whole battle felt like, so I thought it was pretty fun.
Before you get into it, 6M, I just want to say one thing. It's funny you're mentioning power of friendship so much when I have Natsu Dragonil profile picture in this freaking podcast. Like, are you trying to hate my favorite series? Anyway, sorry about that. Go on, 6M.
Okay. First off, I'm going to start where Honor Mouse went up. Leon wasn't one step ahead. He was 20 steps ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was playing ass like a fiddle at one point. He's like he had it almost all calculated what was going to happen. And power of friendship, yes, that they did pull that out, but you have to admit how they did it was beautiful. I'm shocked for words how they did it.
Right.
I cried. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, crybaby. Okay, well, you know, I'm gonna. I guess it's. I guess I'll say my opinion about it because, you 6M, you told me that hey, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. You know what? You told me that, and I didn't think it would be this good as I thought it would. You know what I mean? So it was like okay. So here's what I did with this. I kind of waited till like they presented all the episodes of you know, Ash versus Leon. before I decided to bench watch him. Because what the last thing I want is to be left in a cliffhanger situation where I'm wondering what's gonna happen next. Because this is how this episode by episode it was, like it just kept you wondering what's gonna happen next. I gotta say Ash's whole team was presented very nicely. I think almost all of them got a win against Leon's Pokemon. Like in the first battle, like you saw, you saw Inteleon versus Gengar, right?
Gengar.
Yeah, Inteleon versus Gengar. Inteleon, man, I still think that design is trash, but I gotta admit, Inteleon looked pretty badass in this fight. In this battle, sorry, it's not a fight. I felt like he looked very awesome. Like he was able to use 2 fingers instead of 1 to shoot some stuff. It was like seeing a long range. Oh, especially that thing he did, man. That Aqua Jet thing, where like where like he did the Ash's technique. I forgot what he used to what he called it, but it was like one of those things that he his Pokemon usually flips around on the ground like a Spinneroni, and then sends out its elemental move. Basically he used that to create waves on a field where there was no water. But that's to basically bring out Gengar, and I found that to be a great, interesting strategy. And like, it was more of like a mind games thing with Leon. Like he wanted to play mind games with them because Ash and Leon are essentially like similar in many ways. And I really loved how before the battle even began between those two. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about the rules. Leon just was like, Leon remembered his first battle.
All mechanics go.
Yeah, Leon basically just said, "Hey, Ash, use everything you can. Like we're gonna break all the rules. No limit. Use every single evolution not evolution, but every single gimmick you have in your arsenal against me. I want to face you on your best." And Ash had 3 different ways of hurting you.
D move, Mega, and Gigamax.
I like that. I like that aspect of things, even though it kind of just makes no sense because in the games you can only.
I mean, it just gave Leon a huge disadvantage. It's like
it did, and I guess this is also one of the reasons why Ash was able to compete. Because like, I don't know, I liked it. I think seeing Ash fight in his full power was amazing. And plus,
it was more than their full power because they both cheated.
They both did cheat. Yeah, I agree. So like, I wasn't expecting a win from Gengar against Inteleon because Inteleon was looking so strong and so good, and it looked like a well-trained Inteleon. It really impressed me. But yeah, Inteleon lost. And then my God, I didn't expect this. Mr. Mime's evolution.
Mr. Rime.
Mr. Rime, yeah. Mr. Rime, this goofy looking clown guy. I mean, I don't know what he is, but this guy, he was scary. Like I actually got scared of this guy. He used the psychic terrain combined with that pulse move that he can do. I forgot the name, but he used that in the combination of that, basically just to double its move. Man, it destroyed Gengar. It defeated Gengar, but and then we saw what Gengar's ability was too. I felt like Mr. Rime looked Mr. Ready for crime, because he destroyed them. Like he destroyed that Gengar, man. He finished out that Gengar, and then after that, I think it took Lucario to beat Mr. Rime. Yeah, it took Lucario, Ash's Ace, to beat Mr. Rime. Like, what a way to die, bro. If you got beat by Ash's Ace, that means you're a good Pokemon.
I'm just gonna cut you off. Like everything about, even though Ash was like on the losing side, all his Pokemon seemed to have went off like on a win. They always did something big. They did something huge to help out the rest of the team.
Yep.
Either taking somebody out with them before they go down, or doing a huge amount of damage to somebody.
Right. Well, that too, despite like the commentary by the I think Sonya, right? The trainer that he fought for the first time. Basically, she was saying that Leon is smiling. Like, I really love the commentary of like her talking about Leon in that situation because it gave a lot. It gave you a lot of detail. Like, she didn't really need to commentate on like how she was how he was acting, but it really showed you like we saw like a whole different side of Leon, like that we never seen before. Before this battle, we never knew much about Leon's character to the that is like in battle. We never seen Leon go as far as he did in this battle ever. And I feel like it was so satisfying to see after he lost every Pokemon that he had. And I wasn't expecting this to be, like you said, like a back and forth fight where like Ash's Pokemon get a win. Then man, I gotta say, like the next big moment for me was Dragapult. Like the way he used Dragon Tail to switch out Ash's Pokemon to damage him more. Made him look menacing.
Competitive move.
It is, and I think Dragapult, like, in my opinion, I think Dragapult after Charizard is like the most well-trained Pokemon that Leon has, from what I see. So like I feel like it makes sense that he was able to cause so much trouble to Ash. And the way and then the way that Ash had to beat, like I was actually confused. I didn't know how he was gonna beat Dragapult, to be honest with you. Do you remember who beat Dragapult?
Oh man, who was it? It was I think it was Lucario. Let's see.
No, he beat Lucario. Dragapult beat Lucario. This is like
it was Dracofish.
Dracofish, yeah. I'm gonna be honest though. Mega Lucario lost to this Dragapult, right? And I'm not, huh?
Yeah. He got whooped.
I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't expecting that. That was like that was like a mouth opening moment for me. It's like, what? Like Ash lost his ace, like the guy that is supposed to be like Greninja level or something, almost. All that stuff they did with Lucario, like Ash just lost him just like that by a Dragapult, and it makes sense because Dragapult is a well-trained Pokemon. I think after Charizard, like it is a well-trained Pokemon. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know about you guys, but Leon used Charizard throughout the whole series, right? Yeah. I was expecting Charizard to come out sooner and play a big part, but he didn't. I don't know why he never brought him up early. But anyways, dude, like seeing Lucario lose and then it ending like the episode, I think, it just got me thinking, like, what the heck is Ash gonna do? And then you said that Dragapult beat him, right? Dragapult was bringing out a new move. Dragafish, sorry. What was that move that Dragafish learned? Whatever.
I have no idea. I mean, I think it was just one of his. I think it was just Willie, just one of another jaw attacks, but he just used his whole body instead.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, Dracovish in this fight, in this battle, like looked very good. Yeah, but Dragapult losing was a big thing, because by this point, Ash's 4 Pokemon left, which were Surfash, Dracovish, Pikachu, and who was the 4th one?
He still had Dragonite.
And then he still had Dragonite. Wait, are you guys sure that who did Dragonite beat?
Dragonite, I don't think beat anyone. I think he just went down because he got switched in.
He got whacked by Rillaboom.
Oh yeah.
No, Dragonite beat somebody. I know that.
Dragonite must have beat Dragapult then. That's what happened. Dragonite beat Dragapult with Draco Meteor. Remember, it used kind of like seismic toss.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Dragonite. Yeah.
I didn't think.
Who did Dracofish bite?
Dragapult, but Dragapult switched him out with Dragon Tail.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. In the middle of the bite.
Yep,
that was it.
Yeah, so Dragonite beat him, but here's the thing. Even though that move was supposed to look cool and stuff, it just didn't look that cool to me. I don't know why. That finish didn't look that cool to me. Did it look cool to you guys? Like that Dragonite finish?
Not really.
No.
No, I was just like, I just looked like Seismic Toss. I'm like, bro, like Pikachu finishing Charizard 2 looked like a Volt Tackle to me. So I was just like,
okay, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about that.
We're gonna talk. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about that soon. But yeah. So guys, sorry, we missed it. We made a mistake here. So Dragonite beat Dragapult. One of the. I think this is a good win for Dragonite because this is a good Pokemon to beat. You know, and then then Dragonite got beat by
Rillaboom,
which was BS to me, honestly.
Yeah, Rillaboom, that was baloney.
That was total BS. I'm sorry. That okay, so he used Hurricane. Dragonite used Hurricane, and then Rillaboom beat him with a drum roll, something like that. When I get it, he was yeah.
He beat him with a drum roll. It's exactly as dumb as it sounds.
It is. I mean, that's what happened though, right? Like, he did a drum roll, and then Wine Whip, something came out, and then boom. Like, but I guess I can see anime logic. I guess because I guess I can see that Dragonite was kind of damaged already, so maybe that's why he lost. But still, it was just total BS. Honestly, Dragonite shouldn't have lost to that little whip. Kill him with something nice. But then Rillaboom just came in, and then he started going ham, I think.
Yeah.
He took out Dragonite, but then he took out another Pokemon, right?
Yeah, Surfetch, which is Dracofish had to finish Rillaboom off.
So wait, hold on. Did Surfetch kill and destroy any Pokemon?
No, but he did do a lot of stuff. Like he got rid of the field that the Rillaboom set up. Did a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, so Surfetch is the only Pokemon that really didn't beat anyone, but he was like one of those soldiers that you care about. Like, yeah. Bro, you did a good fight in the war, but you never won us the battle or whatever. Okay, that was a poor example.
Didn't win the fight, didn't win the battle, but helped win the war.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Don't come in the comment section and hate me for that. That's what I meant. Thank you, correct, autocorrect. Anyways, yeah, he's like the only Pokemon that really didn't actually defeat anyone. But here's the thing I'm saying. Here's the thing I'm thinking about. Okay, so like Rillaboom beat 2 Pokemon. So Ash had 2 Pokemon, which was Draco Wish, right? And Draco Wish beat him. And do you know what he used to beat him?
Charizard.
No, Draco Wish. To beat Rillaboom.
Oh yeah.
I think he just I don't know. It doesn't matter. No, he used Dragon Rush.
Yeah, Dragon Rush.
Yeah, he beat him with yeah. So basically, I will say that there was 2 people. There was 2 Pokemon that beat Draco Wish. It was Surfetch and no, Rillaboom. Sorry, there was 2 Pokemon that beat Rillaboom. It was Surfetch and our boy Draco Wish. Because Surfetch was the one that basically weakened him with the meteor arm. By the way, Rillaboom surviving that was sick.
Yeah.
Like I felt that was sick. And the way the Rillaboom used Acrobat too. Like it's supposed to look like a slow Pokemon, with Acrobat he was going fast. Man, I think Rillaboom should have been a Pokemon that Ash had or something. I don't know. But
I could have had one of the starters.
He should have, yeah. But man, like, okay, so yeah, so basically, Draco Wish lost to a freaking you said Charizard?
Yeah. That's how we go into the final part. Charizard versus Pikachu.
Yeah.
With Cinderace doing the back line.
Yeah, but overall I'll say like I think most of the Pokemon got to shine, but like I was still shocked about Lucario like losing like that. Like I was shocked. I was in my head I was thinking like this whole time, who's gonna be the ace that's gonna win Ash's battle? Or actually, I didn't even know who's gonna win. To be honest, I thought Leon could have won.
But yeah, it was a 2v1, and Cinder had protein.
Okay, but yeah, the one thing I forgot, I skipped actually. Ash brought up Pikachu right away. In the beginning, Ash brought up Pikachu right away, and then Leon brought up Cinderace, right?
Who has protein and a ground move.
So Ash used Thunderbolt right away, and then Leon used a ground move.
Mud Flap.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that it was a badass moment for Cinderace to him to tank that. And I think this is the first time we're seeing anything like protein I'm probably saying it right.
Proteon.
Wrong. Yeah, like this is the first time we're seeing probably a type changing move in a battle on in the anime.
Especially in anime, yeah.
In an anime, but it was a nice way to showcase it. But I wasn't expecting Ash just like instantly switch after that, and I wasn't expecting Cinderace to be switched out after that. But for some reason, guys, I always thought about this Cinderace as in the Pokemon of majority of these Pokemon I thought about like what's his name Go, because Go has a Cinderace.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Go has a Cinderace, Go has a Lutalion, Go has a Gookie.
What?
Grookey.
Yeah, Grookey, yeah. Rillaboom was like the only one that just didn't remind me of Go because he has a Grookey but doesn't have Rillaboom. But the Cinderace though, it's that you can definitely see he's a way stronger. I mean, majority of these Pokemon are way stronger than Go's. And I gotta say, Cinderace was for most part presented pretty nicely. He was supposed to fight Pikachu. I can see it like speed versus speed, right? So what he decided to do, Leon decided to bring out Charizard and take back a Cinderace, which I was like, man, is Leon gonna just be is Leon just gonna be Ash with like Charizard and Cinderace together? Like, I mean, that's lame. Like I wouldn't want this ending. You know, I'd rather have like Cinderace versus Pikachu before I have Charizard versus
Pikachu. And Cinderace never comes out.
And Cinderace, yeah, never comes out. I think Cinderace looked pretty strong for most part. Oh yeah, Pikachu. Okay, one of the biggest moments in this one was, and this is where I think the episode ended.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Gigantamax Charizard versus Z-Move Pikachu.
Yep.
And then Xerneas comes out, breaks out of his prison, comes out and flies above them all.
Yeah, so this was a big moment, guys. What did you guys think about this moment? Like Z-Move versus Gigantamax. Dynamax.
Or Gigantamax.
Yeah, whatever.
I think Dynamax is better, honestly, because Z-Move's awesome, but it's like a one attack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Dynamax, you got 3 turns to build up stats. I don't know if that's how it works in the anime, but that's what typically I would say for a competitive standpoint.
Actually, is Dynamax and Z-Moves are different, depends on competitive where you look. Some Dynamax is considered stronger in solo and for like Muggle, but in very high rank is actually they don't want you to use Z moves at all. They don't like Z moves. They prefer they never made Z moves. That's the thing they're the most scared of.
Okay, from the anime's point of view, though, I think
it was awesome. That was awesome. I did not expect. That was cool to see.
Yeah. So from the anime's point of view, I mean, have we ever seen Pikachu's Z move ever like not finish a guy?
Tappy Coco.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, yeah. When he first got it, he didn't finish it.
Oh no. Okay, you're right. Maybe. Yeah, you're right.
Most likely, it's gonna be like a one-hit, 1-KO thing.
Yeah, Z moves are basically they have where Dynamax damage is like 1.5. Z moves are like 300% damage.
Okay, so there was like guys, there was just one line that threw me off a little bit when Leon said that. Yes, I always wanted to see Z moves versus Gigamax, whatever you call it, and Gigantamax, and I was like, what? Is this what you wanted to see? I wanted to see Mega versus Gigantamax, but I guess he never faced a Z move before, so that's why he wanted to face it.
Well, in the Cynthia battle, we kind of got to see the Mega Evolution versus the Gigantamax with Togekiss and Lucario.
Yeah, and you look at it, of all the people there is Cynthia, both Cynthia and Steven have Megas. Alan has a Mega. Denanthi has a Mega. How many of them have a Z move?
Not sure.
Only Ash.
Not only Ash. Yeah, you're right. No one. You're right. And he's the only Alolan. I mean, obviously there hasn't been any Alolan champions, but He's the one and only Alolan champion. And I think he's the only guy that was representing Alola in this one. I mean, besides the region he's from. But you're right. He's the only one with it, and he has the best Z move, which is a mascot Z move. Nobody can have that. But honestly, this clash was pretty sick. Where like Ash's Charizard used his where Ash's Charizard used his move, like the fire one. I mean, they basically clashed and stuff. Then eventually, it made something happen where, like
broke free.
Yeah, the legendary Pokemon came in and broke free. And I'm gonna be honest, guys.
That was BS.
That was total BS. But I gotta say, I was kind of afraid for a second that, oh my god, what is this guy doing here? Is this guy just gonna?
I was afraid when that like I was watching it one by one, so I was waiting a week. So I was like, I was afraid what was gonna happen because why did he break out? What's going on?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to get into. Like, I didn't want this legendary Pokemon to come in, and then, I just thought of it like this. Like, I don't know. You remember Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Where like, Yugi brought out Slifer the Sky Dragon or something against Jaden Yuki, and then he beat him, or we don't know if he beat him or not. But what my point is, like, I didn't want this legendary Pokemon to team up with Leon and give him some extra Pokemon to use. Like, that's what I was afraid of. I thought he was going to do something to ruin this epic battle that we're having. But I guess in the next episode, which I'm glad I didn't really watch till, like, all the episodes came out. Because otherwise, I would have been, like, one of those people that had, like, some blood pressure highs and stuff like that. And I would have, like, weeks of thoughts.
I'm going to be honest. My blood pressure wasn't that high because of the trailer at the end of that one. They actually revealed that Xerneas actually... You could barely see Leon's brace getting charged up again for DMAX.
Like, you could see it?
Yeah, in the trailer, you could see Leon's brace get recharged up.
All right, but I don't know what I would have felt if I was
I mean, the preview trailer. How about that?
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. I still would have a lot of questions in my head.
I mean, we had a lot of questions. Trust me, the anime community had a lot of questions.
Yeah, I would be like questioning for a week or something. But I'm gonna be honest that was a great way to end it. And that clash between Ash and Charizard. No, wait, why am I saying Ash and Charizard?
Pikachu, Giant DMX Pikachu versus Dynamax Cinder.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get into the part where like the most epic moment, obviously.
Yep.
So first off, I read like, okay, so after I watched this episode, I watched like I read some Reddit stuff, right? So here's the thing, Cinder. I'm gonna like. By the way, guys, we're almost done with this podcast as well because I know we've been talking for a while, but I just this is how we're gonna end it eventually. But
eventually,
yeah, don't worry, we're good there. So basically, so man, I gotta say though, Leon's personality kept changing in this whole battle. I saw that he went from someone that was like his normal self, like, you know, someone that just looked like he was so confident and serious all the time, to somebody that's actually starting to enjoy himself battling.
Somebody that becomes a happy little kid,
like a happy little
candy shop.
Exactly. So like at GameStop, happy little kid at GameStop, waiting for that Pokemon game. So, when this legendary Pokemon left, we saw just this amazing moment where this legendary Pokemon just like, got rid of the dark clouds and stuff like that. It was a nice way to end this legendary Pokemon's existence, in my opinion. And then and it allowed them to basically kind of go Gigantamax again. So now in one battle, Pikachu not only did its Z move, but it got to Gigantamax. But Leon wasn't gonna disappoint us. He was gonna showcase this
Gigantamax.
Yeah,
Cinderace.
So I wanted to ask you about this, Amaterasu.
Hit me.
All right, I'm gonna hit you so hard, bro. Okay.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I do have weird opinion. I do have weird thoughts about like how Cinderace's design ended up happening. You know, like the way Cinderace looks in his normal form. Like, I felt like he didn't look like a final evolution, right? It just felt like a middle stage to me.
I completely agree.
But I do agree. I do admit his Gigantamax form. I think it should have been his final form. Like his final evolution. Like that should have been the final evolution, because to me this looks like an evolution of. This looks like an actual evolution to me. Of what he should have been.
Pikachu?
No. You know, Gigantamax Cinderace. He looks like the.
The ears. They should have put the ears down like that, and they should have put him on top of like a flame ball. That should have been his final evolution. That would have looked sick.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that should have been the final evolution for the.
Even if they didn't put him on the flame ball, just put like the fireball, like he's kicking it the whole time.
Yeah. Because I think this form just makes him look like, you know how in Dragon Ball Z Goku goes Super Saiyan 3. It just makes me feel like he's going Super Saiyan 3 because of the ears going down like that. I don't know. That's a weird comparison, but still, I think this form should have been his final form. I think. I don't know what they would have done with Cinderace though. I don't know. Maybe just erase him because I like the middle stage. I like the first stage evolution of Sakura Bunny.
Raboot.
Yeah, Raboot is alright.
Yeah,
I like Raboot.
Yeah. Raboot is alright. I think the design for this one should have been the final evolution.
I think if you look at all of them, they kind of want like edgy teenagers for the theme, or just teenagers in general.
I guess
you got your athletic team, Cinderace, who's a soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
You got your guy who wants to be the rock star. Then you have your edgy guy who wants to be like a secret agent in the background.
Right. I think
like their whole lines, like as they grow up, is like Grookey, the happy child, Sabo, the crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like they did like a theme like teenagers to kids to teenagers almost. Young adults, I should say.
Right. So I think, I can see what your point. I think Rillaboom was like the most complete evolution for me. Like I think Rillaboom looked just amazing, fully well. So the thing is like that was my initial thought when I saw that, because he looked great in the anime. Now people had an issue with the fact that Cinderace kind of lost like the way he did in the.
I mean, he lost in one hit. He got one hit. Okay.
He did, but wasn't he damaged before because of Draco Wish? So he did take some battle damage before, and he lost to like one of the strongest. And we're talking about Power of Friendship Pikachu, sort of, right?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about the final form Pikachu. I mean, that was beyond something else. But we are talking about Power of Friendship Pikachu that wants to win Ash a game, the match.
Well, actually, if you want to talk about what people think Pikachu's stats are, go look at Let's Go Pikachu. That's what they think Ash's Pikachu stats are.
I will look at that later because I don't have the time for that. But I believe you. Trust me. I believe everything you say most of the time, not all the time. So here's the deal.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So Cinderace, okay, so Pikachu took a big fat blow from that big fire move that Cinderace did for some dumb reason. I guess I can't blame him because they wanted Ash and no, I don't know why I keep calling Pikachu Ash, but Pikachu, they wanted Pikachu to face Charizard. So I guess because he had Liberator, whatever. Yeah, he could have just used like a ground move and be able to survive that shot, that thunder shot, and instead he just took it. Instead he basically used a fire one, which is his signature move. I guess it looks flashy and he wanted to throw that big ball. I guess I get it. But here's the thing. I found this as a sick moment though. I don't think it's a bad moment. I found it interesting. But Cinderace was trying to kick the electricity. Like he was.
Oh yeah, I remember with the Dynamax.
Yeah, he was trying to kick the electricity. What did you think? Think about that.
What are you gonna do?
I know what he's gonna do with the kicking it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Just gonna disperse the foot. Sorry.
Yeah, that kind of made no sense to me.
Yeah, he was trying to kick it, and then that basically dragged him down in the ground, and then the electricity even hurt him more. I think because he just he got shoved to the ground because he was trying to kick it. And I think that's where people have a lot of issues with the fact that this one shot. This is a Gigantamax Pikachu using its strongest electric move. I mean, I'm sorry, he's gone.
Yeah, but it was also against a Gigantamax Cinderace.
Yeah, but who
And
was okay?
that they have more. They have, and that's that they both have more HP and the damage. So they're basically by the boost. It's just normal Cinderace without protein versus Pikachu. Well,
yeah, but here's the thing you gotta understand though. Like Cinderace wasn't using his brain. He thought using his feet was gonna be enough to stop that electricity. Like he deserved that out.
Yeah.
And then this is the thing that didn't make sense to me though. It's like when Pikachu took that big fireball, right? Why the heck didn't it look like it got damaged? Power of friendship?
Probably because. I was gonna say probably because of the G-Max state. Pikachu has they all have more HP.
I guess. But he didn't look battle damage though when he took it. It's like it just.
I don't know. I'm not the animators. Who are the writers?
All right, I blame you for everything. All right, go on. What were you gonna say, Madros?
I'm surprised he could stop the fire too. I mean, if you touch fire, it's gonna, go around you, not kind of like sit in one place too. If that makes sense.
So okay, anyways, and by the way, Madros, I have a feeling you have to go soon, so we're gonna be done with this one.
Yeah, I gotta go anyway.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna be done. This is the moment, guys. This is the moment I've been waiting for all my life. And it's a fact, okay, guys. I'm not making this up. You think I'm making this up? Okay. Whatever. So this is the moment where I see two of the okay. I'm sorry, guys. I have to say this, but seeing Ash. No, why am I saying Ash? Seeing Pikachu versus not Ash. Seeing Pikachu, Ash was still in this battle. Seeing Pikachu face Charizard just reminded me of Gen 1. Like
OG,
yeah, like because both of these Pokemon Ash has. Alright. So it was like the battle of the aces that he has in the past. Like the Gen 1 aces. But this is a very well trained Charizard. So I gotta say, as a Charizard fan, I was like kind of fanboying that Charizard was looking so awesome in this fight. But what's to expect? This is Leon's. I gotta say, the animators, they deserve
a brilliant job.
They did like in my opinion, a movie level animation in this battle. The way they like, we started seeing Pikachu feeling like an elite Pokemon, like a champion level Pokemon, like the way he was moving, the way he was battling head to head against Leon's Charizard. Like
just look at that quick attack.
Yeah,
that quick attack sends that Charizard flying backwards.
Right. The animation for this battle was out of this world. I can't stop watching this. I gotta keep watching this battle over and over again.
I got a 7 minute clip on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's just this final part of the battle. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What he said. What he did. I wasn't doing that. So the thing is that, man, like it was just a sick battle. And then when Pikachu's Iron Tail, because Pikachu was using Iron Tail against that Air Slash. Yeah. It was using it like a freaking sword, and I think Iron Tail should always stay with Pikachu in anime. I know it's a sucky move in the games, but Iron Tail is like a sword.
He has used it for so many things, from using it from a sword to using it with that Thunderbolt combo.
Yep. It's a move that really brings out the best in Pikachu, I feel, and I feel like with Pikachu, like because it's so small, it has so much flexibility, and it just makes me think that Ash just uses it so well with the way it looks, and the smallness of it makes it that much good. But I'm gonna get to the point where like the Iron Tail basically ended up being stuck on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So basically,
Charizard turned a Fire Blast. Pikachu couldn't react in time.
Nope. Pikachu took a full Fire Blast, and this is when Pikachu, I thought was gone. Like it was like first off, the breathing of Pikachu. I never heard this much breathing of Pikachu. I was like, stuff like that. I hear this breathing of Pikachu, and I'm like, oh, what? like, is this it? Is this over? It took me back to the Infernib thing. I'm glad we talked about Infernib in this podcast, guys, because it took me back to the Infernib moment. Yeah, what were we gonna say, Madrazo?
I said I knew the second they showed all the old Pokemon that he was gonna get back up. But yeah, once he
Hey, I was gonna get into the old Pokemon thing. I gotta say, as a Gen 1er, all right, me seeing Bulbasaur and then seeing Squirtle, then seeing Charizard's head, not his full body. I wish they showed it as a full body. He's a sick Pokemon. I think he's facing one. And then seeing Butterfree. I was more
Butterfree, Pidgey. I mean, that's the way I cried.
Yo, he forgot. Like I thought this whole time he forgot about Butterfree and Pidgey. I know Pidgeotto, right? Like those two lost Pokemon. I was like, yay! We get to see them again. Woo! Right?
Dude, you didn't even get to see the Larvesta.
Wait, who?
I'm sorry.
Larvesta. You got to see the
Larvesta.
Granitar's baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to see that. Like a Larvitar.
Yeah, that wasn't even officially one of his Pokemon, but you got to see that again.
Yeah. Like yeah.
That made me cry. That whole scene. That's the reason I cried.
That whole scene was so magical. Like, and this is the power of friendship bullshit we're talking about, and I love it. I want more of it. I love Fairy Tale. Put more. Anyways,
okay.
Sorry, what?
Then the music starts.
Yeah, but the music will begin after. Like, he ran through all of his teams up till this point to the current team. Like, you saw, like, literally because
everybody is with us.
Yeah, because like Ash literally said that this may be like I think it was like he said some line like this is like this battle
is for everyone.
Yeah, no, this battle is like a combination of every single battle I've had in my journey. Like
I think that's just because of the translation, because Japanese version it says that everybody's with us.
No, he said that. He didn't say it in this time. He said it before.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not saying he said it in this moment, but he said it before. But like what I'm saying is that they visually.
Oh yeah, he said it at the very beginning.
Yeah, they visually showed us that though in that moment, because they showed us like every single Pokemon that he's ever had in his journeys, all coming together.
Also, when Pikachu goes down,
yeah,
we see everybody.
That's what I mean. We see
all the train, everybody Ash has ever traveled with, all the Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. We
even see Max again.
Yeah, we see Max. Oh yeah, you're talking about traveling partners. Yeah, we see every single Misty.
We see everybody.
Misty. People said Misty didn't show up. Misty showed up.
No, Misty was there. Misty was there. Misty was the first one shown.
No. I mean, Misty didn't show up in the journeys.
Yeah, didn't show up in Journey.
Till now.
Yeah, there she was.
Yeah, so Misty showed up. Like, we saw all of his companions. I mean, this was like just like it was like a grand finale for Ash's journey, which I hope it isn't. But man, when Pikachu rolls up, then it just went like, whoa! You know, like it just went like
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan. Like it went Super Saiyan. This little mouse going Super Saiyan. I'm sorry to say this, but Ash had many aces in his Pokemon career. I gotta say, Pikachu is the one and only ace that makes sense in this situation. In the beginning, I was kind of like upset about like Lucario actually fainting, but you know what? No, I think it was good that Lucario fainted and Pikachu got its moment, because Pikachu really needed it. Because Pikachu,
I agree.
Because Pikachu, this whole like in all the journeys, right? Like it had its moments of shining and stuff, and it beat some strong Pokemon, but it never got this moment where actually it did. In Sun and Moon, he got one moment, but this was a bigger moment than that. This is beating someone that was unbeaten. Like
actually, I'm gonna cut in real quick because I'm probably gonna forget. You guys know the name of this episode?
No.
I'm glad I met you.
Oh my god, that makes me want to cry right now. I'm not gonna cry though. But
you know wait. You know the first episode name for Pokemon?
What?
Nice to meet you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
The first one.
Holy cow, that's so
symbolic. Full circle.
That is so symbolic, and the fact that the music
they did the whole flashback thing with every single Pokemon.
And then the music that hit was even though it wasn't the favorite of some people, like, but I the Japanese music that played was the first music. Was the first opening song.
Yeah, that was the original opening.
That was the original opening of the Pokemon. And so, I mean, for us and the dub watchers, right? You know, gotta catch them all. That whatever the song was, it's gonna be popping up on this one, hopefully in dubs. If it doesn't, it's gonna be. I know people are gonna hate it. They're
I mean, the reason I said I have a supplementary clip, they actually changed it. They actually override the music for it.
Yeah,
to do the original Catch 'Em All for the English version.
Yeah,
and it is so perfect.
Yeah, I saw that. So here's the thing that I mean, I get it. This moment was awesome, but like I didn't understand like what was happening with Charizard. I think it was the Blaze. I'm not sure if he has the Blaze ability, but I think this is probably the first time we ever see a Charizard with a Blaze ability powering up like that. But whatever was happening with Pikachu, that was all part of our friendship. And
okay, now this is I said earlier, like before we started the stream, there was a theory I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash yells out Thunderbolt, but a lot of people don't think that was Thunderbolt Pikachu used. We think it was a different move.
Wall tackle?
No. It was Pika Papow.
What the heck is that?
Pika Papow is Pikachu's special move from the Let Go series.
I gotta see that.
Its power is based off your friendship value.
I gotta see that. Because if that's what it was, then it makes sense. It's not just like a BS power up or whatever.
Well, we're thinking that because of all the the black thunder and the blue thunder that appears on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that would not be there for a normal Thunderbolt or a normal Bolt Tackle.
Correct.
That has to be Pika Papow.
Right. I gotta look that up later, but I gotta say that was a sick moment. And by the way, that was not a Fire Blast that the Charizard did. that was something else. That was probably a Flare Blitz or whatever. I'm not sure what it was. It wasn't even Flare Blitz, guys. But here's the thing, man. That moment, that music when it hit, I keep rewatching that moment. Like I gotta say, hey, animation team, you did a fantastic job with this episode. I'm gonna say
they did so well.
Sorry.
I said before, like when I was telling you need to watch it, I told you don't even need sub, you don't need dub, you just need to watch it.
I know, and I actually watched it without subtitles after, and it was still a sick moment. But I gotta say, animation team, you guys did a fantastic job. You guys deserve a bunch of credit. Like I've been following Pokemon for the last 25 years or something. Well, since it was created, and I gotta say, you guys did a fantastic job in giving us that nostalgia moment. And this has like the two most popular Pokemon ever in the history. You guys gave us one of the best battles ever, and I can't thank you enough. It took me so back in so many journeys that Ash has had, and Ash getting this win for me, it was like one of the biggest wins ever. Like I've seen him win a Alolan tournament. But this was big. This is bigger than that. This is him beating somebody that I actually didn't think he would beat, to be honest with you. And they did it so beautifully too. After that music hit, after they clashed with each other, right? We see Pikachu inside of a freaking
the Pokemon Center.
Pokemon Center. Yeah, we see Pikachu there, and Pikachu is kind of just waking up. And we are like left in suspense. Like, okay, so what did you guys think about that moment? Like when Pikachu was in the Pokemon Center, did you guys think Ash won or Ash lost?
I actually didn't think anything. I was just like, I was confused more than anything. But I'm like, they're probably gonna go back and talk about it, so I didn't think anything. I was like,
I was confused.
Like BS to screw with us.
I was thinking, okay, maybe what happened here was Ash lost. But they're not gonna show it. They're just gonna Ash is just gonna tell Pikachu that, you know, hey, you did well and we lost. And I just think it was like a perfect moment. It was like a perfect way of it was like a perfect moment to show that, you know, like Ash's expression wasn't like I'm happy, I'm sad. You know, it was like in between. So but
they did the opposite. It was all happy.
Yeah, but then they showed us the flashback. Of what really happened, and then Pikachu was able to go through I don't know why I'm saying Ash a lot. but Pikachu was able to go through Charizard and actually win. And honestly, that was a great moment. And then they gave us that ending to the battle that Leon also had. And his first battle apparently was a loss. I thought he was gonna win the first battle, but he actually lost the first battle, and that was to the regional bird of
Overnight.
Rookity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rookity.
Overall, guys, what do you think about this battle?
I loved it. It was like I was watching another anime for like you said, a Shonen Jump anime.
Power of friendship. Okay. 6
Yeah, well, they had the power of friendship. They had the flashbacks. They had the "I believe in you, you can do it." They had the dramatic scene where Charizard falls over, and you know what I mean. They had like a little bit of everything.
Yep.
I was gonna say, doesn't matter what you say about this whole series. This whole final fight carried this whole series.
It did.
This whole last fight can make this trash of a Pokemon series this was into one of the best ones.
And I agree with that.
I agree. This was just too great. Like the way they did everything, they could have made this extremely cheesy, extremely bad, but I think they nailed it all out of the park, man. They hit a home run with this one, and I gotta say, as a Pokemon fan, man, I still love Pokemon. All right, I got into Pokemon because of anime. I don't know about you guys. I got into Pokemon because of anime, and
yeah, same.
What about you, Amatros? The same, or you got into it?
No, I got it because of Pokemon.
No, you got it because you got into it because of the anime or the game.
Oh, the game by far.
Okay, that's what's fun.
I never since I was 7 when the first game came out, my parents just got me Diamond, and I played around with that, and I just loved every second of it. And battling with Chimchar, getting my butt kicked. But you gotta remember, like when you play Sinnoh, you get Luxray, Staraptor, and Chimchar all at the beginning, and it makes it really fun for someone who's brand new to the game.
Right. I gotta say though, I got into it because of the anime. And I gotta say that like me watching this anime for the last 25 years, and this has over 1,000 episodes already. I gotta say that it was so worth watching this episode. You guys have no idea how much it feels, how much it hits you in the feels. Like seeing that moment, that last moment where Ash saw like all of his Pokemon, and that's the thing, like we build connections with these Pokemon too. These Pokemon are not just Pokemon; they're characters that you want to see again. Like I want to see Ash's Charizard again one day and face a bunch of different Charizards, right? But just like that, I would love to see Infernape again and see Infernape become a strong Pokemon as well, and Greninja and these other Pokemon. Well, what were we saying? Sorry. Were you gonna say something, Six now?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say.
Oh, okay. Okay, but I want to see these other Pokemon like in the future again. But seeing Pikachu, because you gotta understand, Pikachu was the Pokemon that has stayed with Ash's every team. Pikachu has connection to every single team of Ash. So technically, it is the only Pokemon that carries all the memories and all the power, all the friendships, with them, along with Ash. So it's only fitting that Pikachu gets it. With Ash coming in, telling him that, hey, listen, buddy, we gotta win the game. Not the game, but the match. Get up and do it. It was just an amazing moment, and I just hope this is not Ash's last journey. I want to see more of Ash. I'm done with Go. I'm done with Go. I know what's gonna happen in the next few episodes, but they just better end Go's journey and continue Ash.
Well, what was so funny is everyone wanted to get rid of Ash, but now that Ash won, everyone wants Ash to continue. But honestly, I don't think they would have done this grand finale with Ash if they didn't think about replacing him. Because how is he going to be the world champion and then he's going to go lose to like another level 5 Pokemon next time he gets into a new region? You know what I mean?
The same way that he's been 10 this whole time.
There's actually a few things like people want to happen.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Well, there's like a few theories like people want might happen to Ash. Like one, he can become a teacher, or become like the Brock to the next protag.
Okay.
Or they can have Ash grow up, and the next main character is actually Ash's kid.
Baruto, go on.
Yeah, basically. or they pull off like they did in Johto, where Ash's Charizard lost to a Blaziken from another region.
Mhm.
Like they could throw in like somebody from Paldea who could beat like Leon and Ash with like ease,
Mhm.
and that would give Ash a reason to go on to continue on his journey.
Okay. You know,
Hey, nephew.
well, I
Real
know,
quick, I gotta go. Thanks for having me.
I know you gotta go. All right, Amaterasu, see you. Thank you for coming. All right. I do want to. Okay, go ahead, Amaterasu. You can go. By the way, guys, Amaterasu came on the podcast and he was awesome with it. I really appreciate his time and effort. But we're getting down to the last nitty gritty of this whole podcast because I did want to say something about Leon. I mean, okay. First off, let me continue what you were saying. I think, I think it's great that that we have this whole thing, like where like we don't know what's gonna happen with Ash right now. Because that's a big question mark. Because if they do move on from Ash, that's 25 years of Ash that's gone. You know what I mean? Will the new protagonist be able to carry on the series like Ash? Who knows? That question mark is going to be there. But one thing I do want to mention, because this may be the last of Leon for sure. In the future he may come on, but I don't think we're going to see Leon in a battle like this one ever. What did you think about Leon before you came into the battle, and what did you think after?
Well, I did not like how much plot armor he had.
Yep.
But then again, nobody does. I mean, even in the game's description, Leon is basically undefeated.
Yeah.
And really, his personality always felt like he was like way too confident. Had to like stick up his bum. Just his design lines with the cape. He looks like Royal King, like I'm trying to think of the name, like the word for it, a snob.
Right.
Like I'm better than you.
You're right.
He always gave me that kind of vibes. But during this whole final battle, it's like his personality is changing. Him throwing away the hat, the cape, getting serious, having fun.
Yep.
He like became a way better, like more likable character as this whole battle went on. And with the flashback, seeing how he actually lost his first battle and wasn't undefeated.
Yeah. Right. Excuse me. So I perfectly agree with what you said. Like, I feel like in the games, he was just there. I guess like he was there. He was there to fix a lot of things. He was prominent in the games, I guess, but he wasn't like I didn't really like him as much because his character didn't really develop to me. He just looked like this Mary Sue who could basically beat anybody. Unless until he loses to you in the final battle. And I mean even in the games, in a way, like he was the guy that people wanted, people like the trainers wanted to be, trainers wanted to beat. He still had like the undefeated streak and stuff like that. And in the anime you saw that too. But in the anime you saw more of like his personality when it comes to like Ash and him. Like they shared a lot of similarities and stuff like that. Like he was more of a freak of nature in a sense, where like he would basically spend a lot of time with Pokemon and stuff. Like train them and bring out new strategies. I mean, like look at how many times Charizard changed his moveset in this one, and like his move pool is already sick, but you got to see his Charizard change his moveset every time, and for some reason he had an answer to every single thing.
Yeah, he was a mad genius somehow for Pokemon.
He was a mad genius, but like I didn't think much of him before this battle. But like you said, after this battle, or actually during it, I saw his character change so much and develop so much that I just felt like he was the perfect opponent for Ash to beat. Someone that's undefeated, someone that that needs to face a loss to enjoy himself. I mean, Ash kind of made Cynthia feel the same way, and if there's one thing I do appreciate with the Master 8, it stayed consistent with the writing of of how Ash made others feel when he battled. Like he brought out the best in them.
I was gonna say one the whole like during the whole tournament scenes like what Ash battles like Lieutenant Surge's like training like somebody Lieutenant Surge fighting, and they do a whole scene about a whole small scene about how Ash made Lieutenant Surge feel during that whole fight.
Right.
In the original series.
Right. So I mean, I felt like they did him well, and I just like overall like I enjoyed this battle. It not only helped Leon, but it helped Ash as well to finally prove to the world that he can be he can be that actual world champion. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do going forward with him. Like I just don't want to lose him as a protagonist because I feel like I think it's too late now for that. But that's just my opinion. I mean, if others want to see a different guy, they can see it. But here's the problem, though: that different guy is gonna always be compared to Ash. You know what I mean? And
True.
And that's gonna be unfair to him. Like if he's a mentor, people are gonna want to see Ash more. You know what I mean? And we saw like how Go was playing like a protagonist in a sense, another protagonist too in the series, and it didn't really go well. So the thing is that Ash is just not like a protagonist. He's not just a protagonist of a Pokemon show. He's an icon. Him and Pikachu are the icons of this whole franchise. And I feel like if he does retire, it's gonna be a big news for the Pokemon world and the anime world in general.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, like I seen one of my other guys said, nobody has expected Ash to become the very best like nobody ever was before Lucy found the One Piece.
Right. But yeah, any final thoughts you want to say before we end it?
Well, amazing. The Master Ace really carried this whole series. I still can't rap. I'm gonna be watching that whole scene again. That last like 7 minutes, the whole fight, Charizard versus Pikachu. I'll be watching that for a few times before I can finally boil down.
You feel you feel the match basically carry the whole series?
Yeah, kind of like this whole like.
Okay, that's fair.
The whole series was kind of like blah until you get the tournament start going, then it starts picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the Master Ape and it's picking up even more. But
yeah,
the whole Leon battle, it just skyrockets.
I agree. All right, so I guess I can continue with what I was gonna say. So like overall, like I feel like this match was great. This was a great battle. This was the battle that I actually wanted for a while. And I got it. And I gotta say though that I don't know what they're gonna do with Ash, but I hope they can continue him as a protagonist. Because he is he can always train a new Pokemon and then get stronger with him. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna make anything else, but I gotta say, guys, this was like a whole different thing I did on this channel. I'm keep in mind my channel is basically gaming channel, but I'm also a big fan of Pokemon, so this was like a podcast basically on the anime. We talked about the games early on. I appreciate the two guests I had. Amaterasu, I know you're not here right now, but I appreciate you coming on, giving your thoughts. And 6M, as always, I'm glad you're always willing to be there for me as a friend and helping me out and being part of my show. This is our second podcast, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Oh, I did. And dude, you can always count on me anytime. Unless I'm busy with work in real life, I'll be here.
Yeah, for sure. See, this is the sort of friend you want, guys. He's awesome. And I gotta say, one of the great funs about this whole podcast was the fact that I got to share it with my friends and share it with you guys, around the world. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this listen and stuff. And I really got to express a lot of stuff that I felt. I mean, I gotta say, after that battle, I was kind of speechless. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do, and I held off
25 years in the making.
Exactly. I held off a lot of my emotions till this podcast. So it's great that I got to express it. it's great. I got to express it with two people I really enjoy talking to. Leave a like and leave a subscribe, and you guys stay tuned for more content that I'm going to be throwing out. You're going to see Multiverses on Wednesday next week, or Wednesday or Thursday, you'll see. And then when the new Pokemon game comes out, I'm going to be streaming that game for sure. You stay tuned for that. But until next time, peace.